What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away.
You guys ready to hear a $400 microphone or what?
Ourselves, we won't let the world burn away.
And people say audio doesn't make a difference. Come on now. People who meet me in real life don't even recognize my voice. Etsuko says, "Oh, you sound very different." That was racist. I shouldn't have done that. I should have said that. It was pretty racist. What's up, everybody? Oh no. Scotty get his car repoed already? I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't doubt it. That sounds about right. No one tell Itsuko that I was being weird with her. Oh my God. Jessa, what did you post? Dr. J posted a kitten in a seance or meditating. Then Jessa posted something awful. I was just talking to Tony over on his channel. He's got he thinks he's got some Scientology grifters. Don't like being called out. Look out. We're going to do some research on them probably and get there. Are we doing glasses? No glasses. Let me make sure this is loaded. We might be doing no glasses because I didn't load it up right. Oh, looks like we're doing glasses, boys. He got into an accident too. Oh, no. Again? I guess it's on TikTok. We'll check it out. Welcome, everybody. Let's roll that intro. I already stopped the music. It's set up for the way out. Good to be home. I had fun. I hope the boys enjoyed it. I know that's some of the times that I remember from my childhood. But yeah, let's roll this intro and we'll talk more about it.
Hey everybody, it's Tom Cold here. Listen up, you guys are really mad at me because of my last broadcast. I disclosed a God dream where we were all instructed by God to subscribe to Cold Beer Confessional channel on Rumble and BitChute and Twitch and YouTube. Listen, it's not my fault. I have to disclose what I'm told by God. So don't get mad at me. If you want to do something about that, the best thing you can do is go into the comments section on his YouTube channel. Just imagine these guys are you guys going into the Well Birds comments section and saying things like, your channel is trash, your sunglasses look ridiculous, you're not a real patriot, or, your wife can do better, just anything like that. And for those of you saying that actually that will help his channel because it will bring more engagement and it'll help the algorithms, I've already run this past Uncle Teshy. Uncle Teshy knows about algorithms, okay? There is nothing Nikola Tesla is more expert at than YouTube algorithms. And if he says it won't affect it, then it won't affect it. So I strongly suggest that you guys get into the comments section and call this guy an asshole.
What's up? What's up? Call this guy an asshole. Thank you very much to Intel Lady. So I've been putting it off because I had stuff going on and my dad's medical appointments, and I don't really want to inconvenience someone else. But I had asked Intel Lady to come on the show and do an interview or whatever, and she agreed to it. And she even said, you know, like, I know your time zone's different, I'll stay up late, but I didn't want to like inconvenience her if I could. So there might be, I'm going to try to schedule it with her now. Maybe the end of this week, maybe next week, and get a hold of her and have her come on. I think she's pretty interesting. She's pretty funny to me. And I would like to know, I don't know what she's people. So some people don't like to share much on the internet, but I don't really know her. Like, I know Intel Lady and I know her characters, but I don't really know her. And I wanted to see if she wanted to come on and share some of her clips and then talk about herself, whatever she's willing to share that she doesn't think is going too far.
445 just resubscribed for 13 months.
Thank you for the resubscription. We got alerts back on in case you were wondering what that was. Anyways, I'm going to try to have her come on maybe the end of this week, next week, whatever's good for her. And it might be what I might do instead of having her stay up late or me come on super early is I might just split the difference. So I can come on like an hour earlier and she can stay up an hour later or whatever. Because usually I'm starting the show about the time that she goes to bed. So either way, we're going to try to have Intel Lady on. Check her out on YouTube at Intel Lady. Check out Tony. I was just over in his chat talking to him, Zero Dog Tony. I go on his show once a week. We missed this week because I was on vacation. I actually forgot to tell him, I think, because he messaged me on Twitter, and I never check those things when I'm not like around my computer. He messaged me on Twitter and was like, "Hey, we doing this or what?" But I swear I thought I told him, but I guess I didn't. I get really anxious around stuff like that. I don't know if you guys could tell it before we left, but I get really fucking anxious when we're like going somewhere. Even the drives, like the drive home was pretty bad. The drive down was pretty bad. I get really anxious, really nervous about those things. And thank God Mariah's with me because she keeps me focused, I guess, or tries to, while I try to fight it every step of the way. Anyways, we did go to the beach. We went to Florida. We had a good time and enjoyed it. I hope the boys, they seem to have enjoyed it. I hope they did. Those are the type of memories, I still have from being a kid, you know, your family vacations or stuff like that. Liam enjoyed SeaWorld. He got to go to a Buc-ee's, which is a big deal for him, for whatever reason. And we went to a gator farm. We got to see some gators. They got some souvenirs. They did their thing. Ollie's favorite thing, I think, was SeaWorld, probably. And he was super stoked about when we got to see the killer whales. That was his favorite part, to the point to like when the show was over, he didn't want to leave the stadium. He wanted to stand there and wave at them and look at them and keep watching them. He really liked it. He even bought a stuffed animal as one of his souvenirs, a stuffed animal of like a killer whale.
Sweet King Florida just resubscribed for 4 months.
What's up,
so
King
glad you
Florida?
were able to get away for a few days.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of people probably would have done more stuff, but we were kind of just laid back and chill. There's one day we really didn't do anything, but we were all worn out from walking all around SeaWorld for hours. The sun will take it out of you, man. I was stiff and even got a couple times I was like bent over or like squatted down or something. I could feel a cramp coming. I stood up real quick. I don't do well with leg cramps, but I guess nobody does well with leg cramps. But yeah, it wore us out. So the first day, that's what we did. And the second day, we really just kind of hung out. We were going to go to the beach, but we were planning on doing it later in the evening. Then it ended up coming a storm. So we squeezed more stuff into the third day. That was the alligator farm, nice Mexican restaurant, and the beach on the last day. Then we had car trouble. I don't know if you guys saw that show or not, but we had a little bit of car trouble that ended up causing us to have to stay another night. Luckily, there was a dealership that we found open, or at least the showroom was open. And then he called in a guy that used to be a locksmith, but also worked in their parts department or something like that. We're able to get a key fob and get back home. So that wasn't too bad. The whole time I was telling you guys, no problem, we'll get a key fob in the morning. We'll get a key fob in the morning. I was thinking the next day was Monday. And it wasn't. It was Sunday because I'm an idiot. But yeah, the whole time I was like, oh yeah, no problem. It's Monday. We get a key fob. We're good to go. Yeah, Tennessee's not very humid at all. I mean, it can get humid. Like we can get like 100% humidity or whatever, but it's not like it is down there. It's much hotter and much more humid. Our humid days come at like weird times randomly. Their summer's all humid. It's all humid. But yeah, Tennessee can get like pretty humid, but it's not like that all the time. We went to SeaWorld. We went to Gator thing, this Mexican restaurant I really liked. Apparently it's a chain, but I didn't know that until Mariah started looking them up because we got one in Asheville near the house. It's about an hour away from us. The beach, picked up some seashells. Kids got to swim in the ocean. I don't think Ollie had seen the ocean yet, which I know sounds crazy. He's 7, but most of the time we like go to Gatlinburg or something closer or hang out or I used to send, when I worked on the road, I would send them on vacation because I could hardly ever get off. So I would just work and send them on vacation, but not many times to the beach. Yeah, I think it was the first time Ollie saw the ocean. But yeah, he got packed full of sand while he was trying to pick up seashells. And Mariah tried to keep me calmed down from not killing people and road rage incidents. So it all worked out for everybody. Thanks to Bull and Mandy, they put us up for the week. So it was actually, we didn't spend a ton of money, and we didn't have a ton of money to spend, but they put us up for the week, helped us out, took us around everywhere. They were like our private chauffeurs, and we had a good time. Got to meet them and their family, and really enjoyed it. What else? No, the Florida trip was good, I guess. I'm back now. Dad's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. That was one of the main reasons Mariah had to work, because the way they set up the campground is they don't, nobody really gets overtime. And Mariah had to be back to work, so other employees didn't get overtime because she just works a couple days a week, but that's enough to offset it. And then Dad's got some doctor's appointment coming up and changed his bandage, and Mariah went and got our dog back this evening, so everything's basically back to normal, as far as I can tell. And no future trip or anything planned. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about different content I can make. The reason I didn't stream, like I usually stream while we're driving, even when we went over, I don't know if you guys were here, if you remember when we went to the casino, when we went to Harris or whatever, we had a lot of fun streaming that stuff. And, but it was bad traffic and raining. Literally from the time we left our house, until we got to Florida on the way down, I would say we probably, hold on, when was this? June 20, the last email I got from you was June 23rd. So I'm guessing no. It was probably, it was a little over an 8-hour drive, and we maybe had 20 minutes that it wasn't raining or lightning or something. It rained the whole way down, and thunderstorms, and then the way back, it rained off and on, but traffic was really, really bad the way back because we were driving during the day instead of night. But I usually try to stream that type of stuff or stream at some point. My TikTok was down. The backup TikTok is blowing up. I'll show you. If you don't have TikTok, this is for you. Let me go over here. By the way, if you want to contribute to the show, help keep the show going, help support us here. We do have overhead and expenses and stuff for the show, and we use the extra to take care of everything else, or even make more content. Yeah, we had to get a new fob and have it programmed. But yeah, we anyways, if you want to contribute to the show, you do that at coldbeer.fund. You can do it with bits if you want to. If you want to support Twitch. Twitch is making a lot of crazy decisions. I'm really thinking about leaving Twitch. They just stupid. It's like they want to fail or something. I think Amazon. So Amazon basically only bought Twitch to get all the live streaming platform that Twitch has. They call it their IVS, integrated video system, the IVS, and they sell it now. So like if I wanted to put live streams on my own YouTube, I could buy their IVS package and host them and replays and all that stuff. Actually, I was thinking about moving my Patreon onto my own webpage and get rid of Patreon, but I just don't know yet. But yeah, that's why they bought it. And it doesn't seem like they care too much about Twitch.
Brenny Boo just resubscribed for 6 months. Thank you for all the laughs, wisdom, and good company.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you for resubscribing. Kick is basically a copy of YouTube. Yeah, I told Mariah we should do that. Like, we should try to find a place with like where fans live or whatever, and try to do that maybe once a year at first, and then if we grow and get bigger and support more, maybe we could do it more often, like once a quarter or once every couple months or whatever. Go try to see somebody, meet somebody. We don't have to stay at their house like that. It doesn't have to be that intimate, but I don't have a big enough following to do like meetups. But I'm sure there's some people that's like, hey, you could come here and film this because we got something interesting going on next month, this festival or this thing going on or this court case or we live near that or whatever. Anyways, what was I saying before that? What was I on before I started talking about that? We got to get a new fob. Oh, support the stream. Go to coldbeer.fund. You can use all those things. Twitch has been messing up. That was it. Twitch has been messing up. And so what Kick is almost a direct copy of Twitch. And the reason being is because they went to Amazon and said, hey, we want to get your IVS. And they're on Amazon web servers or blah, blah, blah. And they have a whole lot less overhead. They didn't develop the system. They didn't figure it out. They didn't have to pay programmers. They don't have all this weird overhead like Twitch has, trying to be like politically correct and bloat. Like Twitch has way too many employees that basically do nothing. Kick is being ran very lean. Kick is being supported by the gambling site Stake and the billionaire that owns it and owns Kick. They're paying out 95.5. So the reason they don't have to be the reason Kick doesn't even have to be profitable right now is I think like 3% of the people who go to Kick turn into Stake users, Stake customers. And the average lifetime value of a Stake customer is like $400 or something. So they don't need to worry about making 10 cents off everybody that comes to the site, because if 3% of the people who show up join Stake, which is their main sponsor, then they get $400 lifetime. That's a decent amount of money, you know what I mean? Especially when they're getting tons of views. So Kick is really lean, it's really cut down, and it's still got all the benefits of Twitch because they got it through Amazon without having to like develop for Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing all right. YouTube is actively out buying and signing new streamers, and now YouTube has slacked off on some of their rules they had. So that's all right. What else do we have? Rumble's all right. Rumble's all right. I wish. There's a couple things that I wish Rumble would do. I don't like Rumble being like the place where everybody banned goes, and I don't think they'll get big. And they're trying to make themselves not be the place where banned people go. That's why they signed people like Destiny, which Destiny no longer has a contract with Rumble because Kick offered him a better deal. But yeah, Rumble's all right. Kick needs to fix their app. If they fix their app, there's really not a whole lot of difference between it and Twitch, to be honest with you. So there you go. The only problem I have right now is, I gotta have a way to monetize. Obviously, you like donating bits and seeing stuff pop up on the screen. I gotta have a way to do that in other places, which I can figure out. It just might take me a little bit, but I don't want to keep bouncing around. I don't want to be on one platform. I don't know. I don't want to try dragging people back and forth and keep bouncing around. I want to just find a place and be there to grow. And I think the viable option might be like a Kick TikTok combo. And then maybe broadcasting to YouTube as well, but paying more attention to Kick. Like we'll broadcast to YouTube for people who don't want to get a new app, but like Kick chat is what I'll pay attention to. Kick chat is what I'll have up on the screen. I'm not saying this for sure. I'm just thinking about it. If you have ideas, you can email them to me, and we can talk about it. Whatever you think it might be. Either way, Sammy, the bot that I use for all the stuff going on here, Sammy got an update, so I haven't really messed with it. Hopefully it's working. It seems like it's connected. I haven't really tried it yet. But hopefully that'll work when donations come in. We're back now, so that works. And what else? I think that's about it. Let me show you my TikTok because this has been the biggest thing we've been working on so far. That's the video I downloaded of Tony. Let me show you my backup TikTok, which is, I don't know why this dark mode won't save. It is Cold Beer Backup. If you have a TikTok, make sure you're following it. It kind of blew up, at least in realms of like my content. You know what I mean? Like it took me forever to get 1,000 followers on my regular one. And we've just been trolling on it basically. There's some crazy comments. Jessa seems to enjoy it more than about it. Jessa and Atsuko seem to enjoy it more than anybody else. They've been pretending to be Q-tards basically. So check this out. I did the last one I did was Flat Earth. Uh-oh, hold on. It's muted. I see it. I see it. Now 30 people are going to say muted in chat.
Look, this is one of my biggest pet peeves, and I'm over it. If this is the shape of the earth,
go to PA.
Why do they keep pushing it so hard? They're everywhere.
So this is an actual narrative. This is an actual narrative from Q-tards. Like I've had to research this before. I didn't understand what they meant. They're like, if the Earth's a globe, why are they pushing it so hard? And basically their argument is like, if you go to a library, or if you go to Walmart or to a store, or if you go to if you're watching TV, there'll be globes in the background and not flat, flat Earth models. Which makes sense. I mean, that makes fucking perfect sense. Why wouldn't there be globes? Kids like globes. Schools have globes. A lot of people have globes in their house as like a decoration. This was actually in Bull's house. A lot of people have globes there as a decoration or whatever. But they don't see it that way. They see it as NASA is pumping the globe market to make you believe that the Earth's a globe. I swear on my life, I'm not making this up.
Pushing it so hard. They're everywhere. We get it, bro.
That's right, Bergie.
It's round. TV, Hollywood, the media, it's everywhere. We get it.
Eastern North Carolina, where I used to spend the summers in Jacksonville, and my uncle lives down at Holly Beach. My brother-in-law, used to be my brother-in-law, was in the Marine Corps, and he was always on float or deployed or whatever. So when I was in high school, and some in middle school too, when I was in the summer, I would stay down there. I would live down there with my sister and help her with like yard work, stuff like that. But it just got me out of the house because we couldn't really, most of the time, couldn't afford to take vacations, stuff like that. Instead, my parents would come down to see my sister. So I would go down and stay a couple months into summer. The rest of my family would come down for a vacation there, and they'd pick me up and take me back home. So I used to hang out there quite a bit. And I still have an uncle that lives there.
Globe. Everybody knows we live on a the media, it's everywhere. We get it. We get it. It's a globe. Everybody knows we live on a flat plane. Use DuckDuckGo.
Everybody knows we live on a flat plane. Use DuckDuckGo. Now, this is just a simple video basically calling out the flat earthers, and this is one of their actual arguments. I tried to, thank you, Yaller Nuts. I tried to use some of their arguments, and it worked good. So I'll just read you some of these comments. The first comment says, do you believe in gravity? I said, I believe in buoyancy, which is another comment they have. And she says, that's not an answer. I'm trying hard to understand your reasoning. What does buoyancy have to do with gravity? Respectfully, please explain. Now, I didn't have a chance to look all this up. But then the red flag queen comes in and says, gravity is like buoyancy in the air. Look up. Mitchie says, I do, and I can see planets from a telescope. It's called astronomy. You all literally don't have any evidence and expect people to believe you. The red flag queen says, 3 words, CGI, which was very funny because it's 3 letters. That made me laugh so hard when I read that. 3 words, CG&I. Yeah, Camp Lejeune. Oh, okay. Okay, I know where you're at. Yeah, he was actually at New River Air Station, but they're all there together. Camp Geiger, Camp Lejeune, New River Air Station. 3 words, CGI. Very funny, red flag queen. Then Jessa hops in the chat and says, you only believe they're planets because the government told you they were. Where's your proof? Kim Trumbetti says, exactly. Why is that part so hard for some to comprehend? Red flag queen is back. It says, have you seen the latest attempt to sell the globe theory? That thing in Vegas? Why? Why does it look so much like Epcot? Because Disney and Globe cabal, they're teaming up. The Disney and Globe cabals are teaming up. Kim Trumbetti says, I missed this. We cannot catch a break with those satanic sickos. Red flag queen says, oh my God, it even turns into an eyeball. Look it up. 3 words. CGI. Gene Wright says, I've been 7,000 feet up in a spy plane. It sure looked round to me. And I said, okay, deep state Gene. Mitchie says, this is the same person. Mitchie's going to be in all these comments. Most conspiracy theorists at least try to prove their point. This guy's a great example of evolution. Eventually, he'll be extinct. which is actually impossible. Like, I won't personally be extinct. Like, you might say, like, my genes will be, like, weeded out. I can't evolve or become extinct. I don't live long. It takes millions of years. I don't live long enough. Jessa says, extinction is to evolve, or is it to evolve to extinct? I said, I've evolved enough to let you choke on it. That got a couple laughs. Red Flag Queen says, if he's extinct, aren't we all? Mitchie says, y'all can't make a coherent statement. Cuckoo. Mustang Sally says, so are you a globalist then? The C36 account says, dude, stop your insanity, please. Jessa says, insanity, the earth is flat. He's been to the firmament. C36 says, haha, I've been to Narnia. Jessa says, congrats. That means you have ascended to the second dimension. I just laughed at that one. I couldn't hold it back. C36 account says, you people are fucking idiots. Yallernut says, don't question the firmament. Also, look up Cold Beer Confessional on YouTube, trying to give it away. There's nothing to question. These flat earthers are morons. Yeah. And then Gypsy Daisy says, so I'm guessing you didn't look Cold Beer Confessional up on YouTube. He says, no, I did not, with 2 laughing emotes. So I'm assuming maybe he did. I don't know. Or maybe he's laughing like they want me to look up a flat earther. Mitchie's back and says, so all the planets in our solar system is flat. Talk about not making a coherent system. So all the planets, plural, in our solar system is flat. Singular. Anyways, Jessa says there are no other planets. Actually, she said there is no other planets. That's a government lie. Mitchie says there are no planets. Is the sun and the moon real? Jessa very quickly responds, the sun is a star and the moon is not a planet or a star. There are no planets. What about the sun and the moon? Neither one of those are planets, lady. Easy there. Easy there, globe earther. She says, I know they are not. I asked if they are real. The sun is a star and the moon is a satellite. Jessa responds back with a question within a question. Are birds real? That's always a conundrum there. Are birds even real? Are they? Are birds real? I was just thinking, I can't remember if he lives, if his place, is the place he called, sorry. I'm having a thought in the back of my head and I can't drop it. You have to give me just a second. Holly Ridge. I said my uncle lives in Holly Beach or Holly, whatever I said earlier. It's actually Holly Ridge. Holly Ridge, North Carolina, I think. He retired from the Marine Corps. My uncle did. My uncle, Ron. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. Now I don't have to keep saying shit. He lives in Holly Ridge, North Carolina. Anyways, back to the comments. Are birds real? Yallernut says, no, birds are not real. Okay. No, birds are not real. Mitchie says, this is my pet peeve. People who answer a question with a question. You will have to prove your point. Your words are diarrhea of the mouth, which is interesting because earlier someone said there are no planets and she said there are no planets. Is the sun and moon real? So, like, why are you answering a question with a question, Mitchie? Mishi. Jessa says, this is very funny because this woman's mad about answering a question with a question. So all Jessa gives her back is questions, which is very good. Here we go. Jessa says, who answers a question who answers an answer with an answer? Should we question questions or should we question answers with other answers to other questions? Which is very, very good. That was well thought out there. Okay. Who answers a answer with an answer? Should we question questions, or should we question answers with other answers to other questions? Well played. That's what I thought. Well played. Michi says, edit yourself, bro. I'm embarrassed for you. This is not a coherent statement. If you're not serious about your beliefs, then of course it's a joke. Jessa says, to enlighten you, too enlightened for you. Have you not ascended yet? More questions. She's keeping this question theme going. I can't keep up. Mitchie says, I can't keep up with your type of crazy. Insanity is a delicate matter. Good luck ascending, but to where if there's no universe? Jessa says, you must become enlightened. Wake up to the beauty within the crazy, which is just made up bullshit, right? Mishi says, bro, the only enlightened ones are Buddhists. Excuse me? The only enlightened ones are Buddhists. That's a pancake for sure. She dropped the Buddhist word? Who is this Michi? Jesse responds with, oh, you're a Buddhist? Sorry, hashtag not a Buddhist. Obviously, one of our inside jokes, but this lady has no idea what we're talking about. It's just funny she said she was a Buddhist. Atsuko enters the chat and says, I resent that. How about the Christians? Michi says, read in all capitals. Read! Buddhists achieve universal enlightenment and Christians walk through the pearly gates. Do you have an education, homeschooled, anything? Jessa responds very smartly. Education is just the enlightenment of the fingertips to the brain to remove all knowing gates of pearls to ascend to the depths of the school of home. She's just throwing shit out now. She's just throwing shit out now. Education is just the enlightenment of the fingertips of the brain to remove all knowing gates of pearls to ascend to the depths of the school of home. Then Kate Manda says, your first statement should say are flat, not is. Please edit to comply with terms of grammar democracy. Thank you and God bless. You guys are wild sometimes. You guys are wild. Smart comes in and says, exactly. It's why the globalists are the ones who push the globe theory most. Brooks Crandolph. Some people are agreeing with me. That's why it's getting so many views and shit. Brooks Crandolph says we live on a flat planet and we'll fall off the edge. Yallernut says, wait, have you seen it? Brooks says, yes. Yallernut says, I've often wondered how people who say it's flat, yet no one can show a real picture of the end of it. Brooks, well, the government won't let you take a picture. That's why. By the way, I don't believe in flat earth because I know that it's not, laugh out loud, just being funny. Yallernut says, I know. Little winky face. See, now you're getting the point of the entire post. Exactly. It's oblong like a banana with curves going up a bit each way, keeping it in the water, says Kim Trumbetti. So that was the one I made while I was down at Bullshifter's house. I actually made a couple. They thought I was meeting with Trump. So let's go here.
You want to question who I am?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is where I went to the firmament. And some people knew exactly where I was at. Some people started putting shit about penguins in the chat because I was at SeaWorld. And this was outside the penguin exhibit. It's actually Bullshifter's idea to do this.
You want to question who I am? You want to question my authority? Have you ever been to the firmament?
It looks like the firmament, don't it?
I didn't think so. Fucking follow me, son of a bitch.
It looks like an ice wall, don't it? I mean, it's literally a wall made out of ice. Someone said, made like a stupid ass comment. Someone says the Bible says it's flat. Look it up. There are people who agree in here. Did you find the Walrus Rogers firmaments? No, this guy says a wall in the ice. Yeah. That's what it's almost like he was mad that there was rocks in my ice wall. But wouldn't there be rocks in an ice wall?
How about the ice wall? I didn't think so. Fucking follow me, son of a bitch. You want to question who I am? You want to question?
You happy to see me, or are you just the firmaments? That's right.
Oh.
And then this one, where I found a palm tree. and I was going to have a meeting with Trump. Some people actually believe this. Some people actually believe, they're like, I record it. Let's do this. Let us know what happens. And it's not followers of mine as far as I can tell. There's just too many of them to be my followers. There's not that many of my followers on TikTok. Hell, I couldn't even get 1,000 fucking people to follow me on my main account for forever.
Oh, what is that? A palm tree. Because guess who's got a meeting at Mar-a-Lago today to talk about Nasara Gasaya, the revaluation. This guy. It's all on the fucking page. I got a lot to tell you.
Yeah,
what is that?
I've decided popping up at the end and saying something weird is always part of it. So when in my live stream, I told him that I was going to golfing with Trump.
Nasara Gasara update. Do you need more proof that the revaluation is happening? Do you need more proof that Nasara Gasara started on July 4th for all of the world and the CIA is editing your search results? How about Puerto Portugal? Are they shooting off fireworks because it's Puerto Rico's 4th of July? Is it Portugal's? Is it Portugal's Independence Day? Is that what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Are they suddenly independent? No. They're celebrating that the entire world has started the revaluation. The time is nigh. The storm is...
Well, no, Trump used a tunnel warp to get us to the firmament. I seen the palm tree outside Mar-a-Lago. Then Trump used a tunnel warp like Mario Brothers where you and go down the pipe. That's what it was.
That the entire world has started the revaluation. The time is nigh. The storm is upon us. Don't you dare use Google. You better use DuckDuckGo. The CIA is manipulating the results. You son of a bitch. No, sorry. All right, if you don't
I think popping up at the end is the ticket.
Oh, really? Really? Fake?
It's been doing good.
Are you based in the Republic of Peru? Because that's where I am. I'm sorry your search results are manipulated by the CIA, but mine aren't. Mine are 100% legit, and it's happening. It happened in Brazil. It's happening in Peru. It's happening all over the world. Oh. Stop what you're doing right now.
This is what started it all.
Gesara Nasara, Gesara, Check it out on TikTok. Check it out on Google. Check it out on DuckDuckGo. It's happening now in Brazil.
You want to know who my actual celebrity twin is? I'll show you in just a second.
Check it out, you son of a bitch.
Nah. Hold on, I'll show you my actually people all the time confuse me with this guy. I've been stopped at, like, I don't think I look that much like him, and maybe you don't either. But people have stopped me in drive-thrus. People have stopped me in public and asked me if I was him. One person asked me for an autograph. One guy just kept staring at me at a Taco Bell in South Carolina, like staring at me and smiling. And finally, he opened up the window, and I was like, "What's going on? So what's happening?" And he's like, "You know who you are." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Because I never even think about it. And he's like, "You know who you are." And I'm like, okay. And I finally figured out that his coworker told me that he thought I was this guy. I don't think I look this much like this guy, but even people find me on social media. Someone just a couple of weeks ago sent me a picture of this guy's account and is like, I thought this was you making a joke. And I'm like, no, that's not me. It is. Let me see if I can find a picture where we kind of look alike, because we don't look alike in all of them. He's in a lot better shape than I am too. Let me find his Facebook actually. That's what people sent me a screenshot of a couple times and said, I thought this was you trolling someone. Yeah, this guy. So people, there's probably been like 10 people send me this guy's fucking Facebook and say, I thought this was you trolling people. We're about the same age, but he's in a lot better shape than I am. I think it's only like from a distance, like maybe if you zoom way out. But they'll send me, somebody just the other day sent it and was like, oh yeah, there you go, that's you. This is the guy from the it was a Discovery, or was it Discovery? It was a TV show called Diesel Brothers. His name is Heavy D. Well, that's what he goes by. His name is Heavy D. He's one of the Diesel brothers. Him and Diesel Dave, I think's the other guy's name. But yeah, all the time, people have literally stopped me and said like, "You look like him." I don't think I do. I think we look a lot different. I guess it's just maybe the hat and the beard. But we have kind of the same facial hair top, I guess. It's kind of curly and whatever. But yeah, people even stop me in public and say I look like this guy. I wish I was Jack Black. He's cool as shit. And very, very, very rich. We need to be Jack Black. That's who we need to be. All right, I wanted to do this. Oh, I clicked on the wrong account, actually. Oh, shit. Who was that? Hold on. He's got videos. Most people on TikTok don't have videos. I want to see what he makes now. Brooks Crandolph. He does seem like a good guy, but I don't know. I'm always afraid, like, when someone seems like a good guy, it's because TV made them seem like a good guy, and they're really assholes.
Right before you get mad, some people will get mad about what I'm going to say.
Feeling like a duck. Uh-oh.
Sounds funny. Some of my best friends are white males.
Uh-oh. This is the guy that was fine with Yaller Nuts and wouldn't look up my YouTube page.
White males. You are in position to become overran by minorities, females, everything.
Uh-oh.
And, you know, I get it. You're scared. They tell you to be scared. But there's no reason to be scared.
Incoming dono clip.
Right now, you control mostly everything in this world. Well, at least in America. I won't say the world. In America. Well, at this point, what I think you should do is start embracing people. Let's heal that homophobic.
What is this?
Homophobic, you know, all that.
I like his hair.
Shit. Because, unfortunately, white replacement theory, it's not a theory. It's a thing that's going to happen. And it's not out of malicious actions. It's just how.
Derek, it's me. I'm hiding on the other side of the bed in a hotel room. Someone said room service. What is room service? I didn't order any.
Someone said room service. What is room service? I didn't order. That is Mort Kumstein. Let me play that again.
Hello, Derek. It's me. I'm hiding on the other side of the bed in a hotel room. Someone said room service. What is room service? I didn't order any.
Very good. Very good. I like that. Thank you. Thank you for the donation, Mort. I appreciate it. I made the screen a little bit smaller so it wouldn't go up above like the buy me a coffee and stuff. I wanted to make sure I didn't cut out none of it off. No, he was hiding on purpose. I know he was hiding on purpose. I want to make sure I didn't cut part of it off, but I didn't. Let's do this. I want to center horizontally. There we go. It was very good, Mort. Thank you very much. Keep hiding. Room service is always bad. Bad, bad, bad.
Oh, man. It's just how the world
Seems that way, Bug Dude. I didn't know that he was...
That pigmentation.
Someone says, why does everything colors? And he responds, I'm literally trying to help this society by getting rid of phobic stereotypes.
Is not dominant. And the more time...
Oh, you guys couldn't hear the dono clip? I turned it up some more while I was playing, but I thought everybody could hear it. Y'all couldn't hear it at all? Hold on, it should be going out.
Hello, Derek. It's me. I'm hiding on the other side of the bed in a hotel room. Someone said room service. What is room service? I didn't order any.
I don't know who you all are saying no. There's if anybody heard it, then everybody heard it. It just wasn't. I mean, you can say it wasn't loud enough, but if anybody heard it, everybody heard it.
You breed with a black, Mexican, any person, they lose that whiteness. I know it sounds funny. I know it sounds crazy.
That's right, Rob.
But it's some serious shit. And there's some people that are in power that understand this. And they're trying to use you to attack everybody else.
Oh, is it still? It's on mono anymore? I don't think.
So start embracing
I'll check it.
Everybody. You know, I for one have been around some people that were considered themselves bigots, but were able to have a conversation with me. So I don't consider them bigots. I just consider them people that have certain thoughts. So it's okay to change your thoughts. Oh, and blackmails, stop acting like every other nigga is your motherfucking op, man. They're not. The only way we gonna get together.
Way to get through. I didn't know they were. No, it should be in both ears. Hold on, I'll play it one more time. It should be playing on both headphones. I got it selected as a mono source. I'm actually turning it up some more again.
Hello, Derek. It's me. I'm hiding on the other side of the bed in a hotel room. Someone said room service. What is room service? I didn't order any.
Is that better? It should be in both ears. Anyways, I don't know who this guy is, but he seems kind of racism. That's Heavy D. This was one of my favorite videos. I don't know if they get mad that I share their videos, but this is Yaller Nuts. This just made me smile.
Yo, I thought Marvin was finally growing a watermelon. Nope.
Oh, this might not even be the right video.
Little cucumber plant next to Marvin, trying to de-virginize my sweet little innocent Marvin that's growing this whole entire corner of my garden. And you know what? I'm okay with that because he's covering some of the yucky spots. And there's Hopper being Hopper. I don't know what he's eating.
Sound of freedom.
But anyway, things are
you're good.
pretty good. I did spray my plants a little bit because I have an aphid problem, especially on the eggplant.
This isn't. I was looking for the one that Sunshine shared today, but we'll watch this one and then go find that other one.
Over here, I don't know. I think.
By the way, the title of this video is "Trashy Hoe Hooker Cucumbers."
It's an Anaheim chili, but it could be a jalapeno. Who knows? And then I've got my two little bell peppers growing strong. I should have a good one soon. I might pull those early. And I guess the potatoes are going okay. I'm going to give another couple weeks and then pull them. And then there's my eggplant that was covered. I had to, I sprayed. I didn't want to, but I had to. And then I tried to propagate or replant that Thai basil plant. Didn't work. It's about to die. And then I've got, let's see. Oh, more purpless cucumbers growing. I'm very proud of those. More potatoes, that Thai basil. I did pull out the dying tomato plant, and then my pretty pickling cucumbers, and then there's one tomato, yay!
All right, so hold on, let me find this one. There was one that was just, is it this one?
Just call me Misty, the cucumber queen.
So this reminds me so much of all the Shakari and Shafil or whatever. This voice, I like this video right here. This is a very good video. Everybody, if you got a TikTok, go follow Yaller Nuts.
Just call me Misty, the cucumber queen of Cucumbia land. And also not the tomato grower queen at all.
Your voice reminds me of, don't take offense to this, I love your voice. I think it reminds me of like an animated cartoon, like a female, obviously, animated cartoon. That because it's animated, you think, oh, it's like a kid's show, but then they like cuss, and you're like, oh, maybe this is for adults.
And also not the tomato grower queen at all. I think I've killed my plant. I'm not going to water it for a couple days and see what happens, but look at all those cucumber plant leaves. They're crazy. Bye. Just call me Misty, the cucumber queen of Cucumbia land.
The cucumber queen of Cucumbia land is your real name? I mean, your parents must have hated you.
And also not the tomato grower queen at all. I think I've killed my plant. I'm not going to water it for a couple days and see what happens, but look at all those cucumbers.
That's a happy video. Go check it out. Yaller Nuts.
Bye.
That's the way their name's actually Y'all Are Nuts, but the robot says Yaller Nuts. So that's what I always call it because it's funny. All right, so first I have an announcement that I would like to read from the official Godlewski group chat 3.0. Chat muted. Next message. Okay, trolls, you won't be causing any more chaos for the moment. The live is not canceled. That's 7:06. Next message. The chat will remain closed until Phil posts the live links, which will be in just under an hour at 7:07 p.m. At 7:13 p.m., 6 minutes later, my Hawaiian internet hookup was a no-show today. Live postponed till tomorrow, same time. See you guys. And then as soon as that was posted, the entire group chat was muted. As soon as that was posted. It's very funny. They're like arguing because people were saying, "Oh, I bet he's going to cancel. I bet you he won't make it. I bet you he's going to." And he got mad about that and started banning people for being trolls and trolling him. And then he says, "Okay, trolls, you won't be causing any more chaos for the moment. The live is not canceled. The chat will remain closed until Phil posts the live links, which should be in just under an hour." Then boom, almost immediately canceled. What? You shouldn't have even said anything at that point. You know he knows he's going to cancel this shit. It's not like his internet just suddenly went out. He's like, "Oh, I guess I can't do it." Like he knew he's going to cancel this shit. And here we sat. Oh, shit's fucking crazy, dude. Like, you got to get on top of that, Phil. You knew that was coming. He hasn't done a video in like 10 or 11 days, I think. It'll be 11 days. Something like that. Hold on just a second. I was checking something. Sorry, I'm reading something real quick. Two months ago, and then damn it, stop jumping around, you piece of shit. 2 weeks before that. Then a month before. Okay. Sorry, there's one more. Okay. Anyways, Derek Johnson's been active on TikTok as well. He won't leave comments on. We'll go to Linda Benda in a second. She's got an update for us. But Derek Johnson Country on TikTok, he won't leave any comments on. You can't comment, you can't interact, you can't do shit. Except for, who is this? Hold on, somebody's sharing his shit there. Derek Johnson Country is the account, but he has made a couple posts. And one of them I wanted to address directly. So I've responded to a couple of these. The 21 gun salute, I believe, is one of them. But this one's pretty new, I guess. It wasn't up there the other day when I was on here. This is from 7 hours ago.
Derek Johnson here. You can go to
Stay safe, you got storms headed your way.
They'll have you pronounce it thedocuments.info, and you can find all the PDF files of where I condensed down all the laws and orders from .gov and .mil sites, current laws and orders of how Donald John Trump is still your legal commander-in-chief, and how you're watching a military occupancy, which is the law of war manual, and a continuity of government, which is now called a continuity of operations plan, which is found in the Federal Continuity Directive. It's really that simple. There's two powers in the United States of America, the federal government and the military. All right? The federal government, the three branches of government that 68 to 75% of Americans cannot name, are under a continuity government, which means that there's a presidential policy put into place that the president keeps the three branches of government flowing, all right, to perform their national essential functions. But because they're under a continuity of government or a continuity of operations, that means that the Constitution is paused and the country is being ran by the military. It is called a military occupancy, which is found in the Law of War Manual. So what are the odds that the Law of War Manual was issued June the 12th, 2015, and Donald John Trump rolls down the escalator 4 days later? Then in 2016, May to be exact, the Military Justice Act was written by the United States Supreme Court, which clarified that military law...
By the way, there are field documents coming out tonight that we're going to go over, but that'll be a Patreon video. All levels of Patreon, we're going to do that. Twitch subscribers of Patreon.
Civil laws and military courts and civil courts are separate.
I don't know what's in them, but that's where I'm going to read them at.
Chief are separate roles, separate duties, separate obligations. And it also clarified that the Commander-in-Chief, which is Article 2 of the Constitution, is separate from Article 3 of the Constitution, which is...
All these things he's saying is wrong. I'm going to show you a couple of them in a minute, but Commander-in-Chief have always been the same person. They've never been separate. There are two different roles that the president has at both times. It's just, I don't know. It's just over and over and over again, just lies. He starts talking about national emergencies. That's what we're going to talk about in just a second. Why did Biden get this many shots? Why did Biden extend national emergencies? Why is he writing EOs? Like, I don't know where he's going to go with this when nothing fucking happens here.
Federal government, and it also put the final decision from JAG or military courts, military commissions, military tribunals in the hands and the final decision of the judge advocate generals. That is the first piece of paper in United States history that backs the foundation of our nation, which was military first. Military came first, and also war articles long before the Declaration, the AOC, the first Constitution, and our second Constitution. It's actually called
our second
Devolution
Constitution
and Reconstitution, which you can find in the Federal Continuity Directives. All right, they start January 17, 2017.
Devolution is a thing, but not of the country. Devolution is like when, let's say, social unrest breaks out and stuff is devolved to a lower command structure just to keep it running, just to get the basics going. Right? We take a service of some type, and it could even involve the military, and it's the command structure is kind of shaky. And let's say they do like 100 different things, but really they have like 3 main things they do. The command structure is messed up, or we lose them, or whatever. We devolve this to a lower command structure and just have them do the primary things, like the main 3 things they're mostly known for, or the things that they do that's the most important.
June 13th in 2017. Those are your canopies. Those are your outlines and your implementation phase. And then there's 5 more up under that. The most recent being April.
He does read these things. I have no doubt. I mean, he even reads them live sometimes. He just has no comprehension with what it means. So when people, like when he says, oh, you can read these yourself. Well, you can. But if depending on how you comprehend, depending on what your education level is, depending on how much legalese you may be familiar with, or how much lingo from back in the fucking 1700s you might not understand a fucking thing. You might take a completely backwards context from it. There's a lot of people who can't read like legal documents. They read them, and by the time they look at them, they read the words, they know all the words. By the time they finish reading it, they have no idea what it actually said. Thank you for the resubscription, John Dugan.
April 2023, and the most recent law inside of it is a law and an order from Donald John Trump.
Oh my God.
All current laws and orders, baby.
God, his mouth is too big for his fucking tiny little head.
Explain something to me. If I'm a conspiracy theorist,
okay,
and
here we go.
all I've done is shown current laws and orders from .gov and .mil sites that are current. Now, current.
Then
why did Joe Biden extend...
Oh, hold on. 12 laws and orders.
12 executive orders with national emergencies inside of them. 3 of those would damn his whole administration, because one of them is the Executive Order 13848, which is election interference. And last I checked, the election was between Donald John Trump and Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. in 2020. So why would he extend all of those national emergencies? And then once again, the three, all of them don't make sense, but there's three that you can absolutely say do not make any sense whatsoever.
All right, so now he's talking about extended national emergencies. Now, Derek Johnson's big thing is there's only two ways that a national emergency can end. There's only two ways. Now, he says he got this all from a .gov site, right? There's only two ways, and well, stick around, Diana. You're about to see. There's only two ways a national emergency can end. A joint passed law that fixes the problem and puts an end to the national emergency at a certain date. That is technically one way. Or if the person who is the president or whatever retracts it, right? It says it's over. Signs a piece of paper, another executive order to abolish that one, get rid of it, and it's over. Now, Derek Johnson has been steady and firm with this. He found on the .gov site there's only two ways a national emergency can end, which isn't true. And they can be passed off. There's still active national emergencies that happened under George Bush that were passed off, but that's what he claims.
Ever. Makes no sense. Executive Order 1.
What Joe Biden extending 13848 should tell you is that he doesn't have a fucking thing to worry about. If he was really scared that there was some type of election interference and he was setting on the ability to extend or end a national emergency, an executive order that had to do with election interference, he would have ended it. He has nothing to be afraid of.
13848 is the one that really doesn't make sense because it's the election interference executive order with a national emergency, which was actually written 2 months before any election under Donald John Trump, September the 12th, 2018. All right. That very order is current and active until September 2023. We're not even there yet. That order traps all governors, attorney generals, secretary of states, judges, and lawyers for not upholding and implying and enforcing the law.
Traps them all.
And nobody has yet to address why, if I'm a conspiracy
probably
theorist,
Eddie.
Laws and orders once again, but also military laws,
okay,
military customs, why Donald John Trump was the only person on January 20th, 2021 with 4 cannons, 5-second intervals, 21.
Not this again. 21 gun salute. Jeez. He thinks Joe Biden got a 3 volley salute.
Rounds fired,
sure.
21 guns. That is a 21 gun salute by definition.
I think we found a national emergency that had never been ended that was signed under Clinton as well. I think that was the oldest one we found.
At a presidential inauguration because it was on January 20th, 2021. All
right, so let's talk about national emergencies while he's still rambling. Let's talk about national emergencies. So there are several different ways that national emergencies can end. National emergencies can also be passed off. If you're the president and you don't win re-election or you're not eligible for re-election, those national emergencies, if they're still in effect, like fucking the war on opioids, can still be passed off, right? Because they take a long time to clean up. They might not get done in 4 or 8 years. They can be passed off. They can be continued easily by just the guy who comes in after you just signing the EO again. Some national emergencies and executive orders have national emergencies through executive orders have end dates. So this will end on such and such date, like the one that Joe Biden decided to sign again for 13848, and the other one that activated the military, he extended that one for 1 more year. Those have end dates, but they don't have to have end dates. Okay, a president can sign an EO that says national emergency for dolphin fuckery. And it no end date, right? And he says the steps that they should take, and no later than this many days. I want the Dolphin administration to report to the whatever, blah, blah, blah. But is that really the only 2 ways you can end one? With a joint resolution passed by Congress and or the president ending it himself to saying the national emergency is over? Is that really the only 2? Absolutely not. If you go to Title 50, War and National Defense. This is 50 U.S.C. Chapter 34, National Emergencies. 50 U.S.C. Chapter 34, National Emergencies. You're going to ask why it's under War and National Defense, because technically a national emergency is under the powers of the Commander-in-Chief, President too, but it falls under the Commander-in-Chief section, okay? So we have terminating of an existing declared emergency, That's the first one. All powers and authorities possessed by the president, but this was 1601. This was only written for, it says, of any national emergency in effect on September 14th, 1975, are terminated 2 years from that date. So this doesn't apply to us. We got statutory notes and related subsidiaries. We've got subchapter 2, declaration of future national emergency. So we're not worried about declaring them, but that's how you declare. This is when federal emergencies first started. Was the first one was declared, and that's why it starts with that one in 1974. So here's future national emergencies by president, publication in Federal Registry, effect on other laws, superseding legislation, termination of national emergencies concerning COVID-19. Well, that's not really it. We're not just talking about COVID-19. We're talking about in general. How do you terminate? How do you terminate a national emergency? By the way, this one's already pursuant to section. This is already terminated. Section 202 of the National Emergencies Act, 50 U.S.C. 1622, the national emergency declared by the finding of the president on March 13, 2020, and Proclamation 9994, 85 Federal Registry 15337, set out below, is hereby terminated. Okay, so that one's already terminated. Declaration of national emergencies by reason of certain terrorist acts. That's not what we're talking about. Continuation of national emergencies declared by proclamation number 7463. That's not what we're talking about. We're scrolling. Proclamation 9844, 9994. Continuation national emergency declared by proclamation 9994. Termination of emergency with respect to the southern border of the United States. That's not really what we're talking about. Executive Order 13920, securing the United States state bulk power system. That's not it. How can we terminate a national emergency? Oh, wait. There are tons of ways. So Derek Johnson wants to tell you, I'll zoom in if you give me just a second. Derek Johnson wants to tell you there's only two ways. There's only two ways to get rid of a national emergency. That is not true. There are many ways to get rid of a national emergency. Let me turn down my magnifying glass some. It's way too strong right now. All right, that's 100%. Let's double size. Right here. 1622, national emergency, termination methods. So these are the ones he wants to talk about. A, any national emergency declared by the president in accordance with the subchapter shall terminate if, 1, there is enacted into law a joint resolution terminating the emergency, or 2, the president issues a proclamation terminating the emergency. So that's 1 and 2. But is that all it says? Is that where it fucking stops? There's no more text beyond that? Of course there is. This is just A. There is B, C, and D. So let's check them out. Underneath A still, it says any national emergency declared by the president shall be terminated on the date specified in any joint resolution. So if we pass a law, it'll be in clause 1 when this national emergency will be terminated, or on the date specified into a proclamation by the president terminating the emergency. So if he writes, hey, this national emergency is no longer in effect, it's the date that he writes down of this subsection. Whichever date is earlier, and any powers or authorities exercised by reason of said emergency shall cease to be exercised after such specified date, except that such termination shall not affect. So it'll end whenever the date is either written in the law. If we use a law, it'll end with the date written in the law. If it's by presidential proclamation, it'll end the date of the presidential proclamation, and all authority and power related to that national emergency will stop except for any action taken or proceeding pending not finally concluded or determined on such date. So stuff that is still pending. Any action that's already taken or still proceeding on pending will not be terminated. Any action or proceeding based on any act committed prior to such date. So if you started this action before the national emergency ended, it keeps going. Or any rights or duties that matured or penalties that were incurred prior to such date. So you can't go back and say, hey, underneath the national emergency, I got 30 years in prison, but if it wasn't a national emergency, I'd only get 10, and national emergency's over now, so I want my 10 years, not my 30 years. You can't do that. Any penalties. But that's not where we stop. We got B, termination review of national emergency by Congress. No later than 6 months after a national emergency is declared, and not later than the end of each 6-month period thereafter, that such emergency continues, each House of Congress shall meet to consider a vote on a joint resolution to determine what emergency shall be terminated. So every 6 months, the the House and the Senate review the national emergencies, and if there's one that needs to be terminated, they try to draft a joint resolution. Okay. Then we get C, a joint resolution referral to congressional committees, conference committee in the event of disagreement, filing a report, terminating procedure deemed part of the rules of the House and Senate. So basically, this is if a national emergency really needs to end, okay? Really needs to end, but they can't really get it up on the floor. They can refer it straight to a committee. Straight to a committee. And that'll take care of it. I'm not going to read all these steps because there's a bunch of them, and that's not the one we're worried about. Let's talk about D. Automatic termination of national emergency. Continuation notice from President to Congress. Publication in Federal Register. Listen to this. Any national emergency declared by the President in accordance with this subchapter and not otherwise previously terminated, so it's still going, not otherwise previously terminated, shall terminate on the anniversary of the declaration of that emergency if, within a 90-day period prior to each anniversary date, the President does not publish in the Federal Register and transmit to Congress a noting stating that such emergency is to continue into effect after such anniversary. So Derek Johnson's told us all along that these were never addressed, these were never talked about, they were never terminated, and no one's talking about them. They expired, much like every other fucking national emergency where people don't take action. Every anniversary, the president has 90 days before the year anniversary, so every year he has 90 days prior, 3 months prior, to file in the National Register that it is going to be extended, and he has to transmit to that Congress saying this emergency will be extended. All those national emergencies, not the ones that Biden signed and continued, but all the other ones, they like to say, well, no one addressed this one, no one addressed that one, no one did this, Congress didn't do that. They expire. If Trump didn't renew them, Biden didn't renew them, they expire on the anniversary every year. Derek Johnson won't tell you that. Derek Johnson will tell you there's only 2 ways to get rid of a national emergency. Congress and the president saying it's over. Nobody said that. Nobody did that. It's still happening. It's still going. It's still national emergency. No, it's not. It expires unless someone keeps it going. Could you imagine if one just fell through the cracks and was just going on for eternity? Of course not. They all have everything has an expiration date. Everything has an expiration date. Derek Johnson's just a fucking retard.
Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. on the same day. The only cannons fired all day were 3 cannons,
Red flag.
9-second intervals. The first shot was a dud with no replacement fire, so there's no such thing as 20 guns.
Oh my God, we're back on the guns.
3 cannons, 9-second intervals, 21 guns at Arlington National Cemetery, which is a funeral service by definition. If you go to arlingtonnationalcemetery.mil, the official site, it specifically tells you the 3-volley salute is not to be confused with the 21-gun salute. So on January 20th, 2021, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. received a full-grade military funeral service, and nobody wants to explain that. He also didn't get a ride in Air Force One.
Didn't happen.
There was a lot of things. He raised his right hand at.
Yeah, Trump was really spiteful and didn't send Air Force One for him, and he can't call it on his own until he's president, right? But every other president would be like, oh yeah, I'll send Air Force One out to get you. It's part of it. But good race, I guess. But Trump's so spiteful, he can't do that. He can't. It would have been, in his eyes, it would have been admitting that he had lost, or he was less of a man, or that his dick was too small, or some shit like that. He couldn't do it. Also, do you guys know that Trump, because of stuff that happened around January 6th and other things, Trump is the only former president who still doesn't get intel briefings? All the other living former presidents still get up to date with geopolitical world leader, blah, 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 and still get briefings. Not Trump. They can't fucking trust him with it.
11:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a violation of the 20th Amendment. There's so many things.
That's actually not true. Trump was sworn in early. Basically, every president and vice president gets sworn in before noon. The reason being is you acquire the office at noon. So if they started your swearing in at noon, then there wouldn't be a president until you finished. We would have no president until you finished. All presidents swear in a little bit early, and they assume the office at noon. You could go see Trump swearing in early. You go see Obama swearing in early. Every fucking president sworn in early. At least the ones that I've fucking been alive for. That's just a crazy thing to say. Oh, he swore in too early. He could have swore in the day before. He just doesn't take office. Could you imagine trying to time it to where you say "I do" at noon? That'd be so fucking stupid. And what if someone stutters, or what if someone messes up the speech, or what if something happens and you're reading just a little bit slower? We just don't have a president for like 6 minutes until you finish. Shut the fuck up. Uh-oh.
Burgie 445 cheered Deck 700.
Somebody got him.
It tells you laws and orders, because we're a nation of law and order. Oh, all of a sudden, oh man, this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, and look at him. He's all upset today. Not upset. Shoot, I sleep like a baby every night.
Uh-oh, sleeping like a baby every night. Derek Johnson ain't upset. Derek Johnson, he sleeps like a baby every night. Every night.
Laws and orders, and they're being applied and enforced.
How dumb would you be to think that the president has to swear in at exactly noon? That we don't have some type of system? What if we were at war? What if fucking DC gets taken over the day before? We just don't have a president because he couldn't swear in exactly at noon, exactly at this place, exactly this time, exactly in front of these people. What if there's an attack during the swearing in ceremony? He can't complete it. We just don't have a fucking president because it didn't take place here. It didn't take place at the right time. Nothing happened. Fucking idiots. They all swear in early and take the office at noon. Sometimes they start a little bit earlier. Sometimes they start like a couple minutes before. As long as they finish and they're sworn in, and at noon we have a president, that's all that matters.
What's up, everybody? Derek Johnson here. I'm going to break down the 21 gun salute because a lot of people are confused.
This is the one I responded to.
It's the official presidential salute battery known as the Old Guard, the 3rd Infantry Regiment, who performs all presidential inaugurations and funeral services. They are actually not artillery, they're actually mortarmen, and they practice every single week to ensure perfection. There's 4 things you need to know: the location of the cannons, the number of the cannons, the number of the guns, and also the seconds.
No, there's not. There are 2 things you need to know. Any gun salute is fired from artillery pieces, 1 piece at a time. Number 1 fires to number 2 fires to number 3. There can be between 3 and I think it was 9 pieces, 3 and 9 pieces. It doesn't matter. Any 3 volley salute for a military or presidential funeral is fired from rifles, including the president's, is fired from shouldered rifles between 5 and 9 riflemen, and they all fire at the same time 3 times. You will not find not a single fucking one, not a single 3 volley salute, which is what Derek claims Biden got, fired from cannons and firing 1 at a time. You won't fucking find it. It doesn't fucking exist. It's not out there. All gun salutes fired from artillery. When he reads the website, Arlington website, and it says the 21 gun salute in honor of the president, blah, 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 not to be confused with the 3 volley salute. Yes, because often at funerals, when people see the shoulder rifles and they fire 1, 2, 3 times all together, people always call that the 21 gun salute, and that's not what it's called. It's called the 3 volley salute. They don't want you to confuse the wording. Not that sometimes there's like this trickery with this 9-second, 5-second, 2-second intervals, and sometimes they have 4 cannons, sometimes they have 3 cannons, and that's what it is. Derek's so goddamn dumb and has so little military experience, he doesn't even know what the word fucking volley means. Somehow he thinks volley obviously means cannon because there was 3 cannons, so that's a 3 volley. No, that has nothing to do with it. Literally nothing to do with it.
Intervals in between the shots fired. It's the number of guns is where everybody gets hung up and gets confused, because we're talking about presidential inaugurations and also funeral services for the president. For example, 4 cannons and 21 guns is the 21 gun salute. Inaugurations are celebrations, therefore they require...
Oh, Danita's being a fucking retard over on Facebook.
21 gun salute. However, when a president...
My uncle was in the military, and I know you should read the military laws.
passes away on all Army military installations, military bases, they fire, starting at 12 o'clock, they fire 21 gun salute, and they use 4 cannons. However, that is not the official funeral service for the president, because those are performed by the official presidential salute battery. When you go to arlingtonnationalcemetery.mil, the official site for Arlington National Cemetery, it specifically tells you the 3 volley salute is not to be confused with the 21 gun salute.
Yes, because people often call the 3 volley salute the wrong thing. I've, in my own chat, had family members who had military honors at their funeral and were in here saying, well, my uncle got a 21 gun salute. No, that's just a common misconception, right? The only person who gets a 21 gun salute ever is the fucking president, ever, in the United States at least, is the president. People often call the rifles fired. A lot of times there's 7 riflemen, and they fire 3 times, and people are like, oh, that's 21. 3 times 7 is 21. That's the 21 gun salute. It makes sense in your head, but it's not right. Gun salutes are fired from the artillery pieces. All gun salutes. 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. A 3 volley salute, which they don't want you to confuse and call a 21 gun salute, is fired from rifles, from riflemen. And they say, ready, aim, fire, and everybody fires at once. If there's 5 of them, if there's 7 of them, if there's 9 of them, it doesn't matter. They all fire at once. 3 times. It's 3 volleys. Volley means everybody firing at once. We take everybody and fire at once. So there's 3 volleys of fire. That's why it's called the 3 volley salute. A 21 gun salute fired through artillery guns is because that's the number of shots fired from those guns. 21 guns fired a shot.
The 3 volley salute are military funeral honors.
That's right, Chris. I actually messed up in my response and said, so the cannons, it can be between 3 and 9 cannons, but the rifles, it's supposed to be no less than 5 rifles is the minimum. And I messed up. I said 3 because I was thinking about the cannons still, and I was talking too fast. But yeah, there can be less than 7. 7 is just a common name, a common number.
On January 20th, 2021, at Joint Base Andrews, Donald John Trump had 4 cannons and 21 guns by the official presidential salute battery with the full customs, the full marching, and everything, which is the 21 gun salute.
Are you trying to give me a
On
cameo?
January 20th,
That's right.
2021, when the whole world thought they witnessed Biden have an inauguration, he did not. The cannons were placed at Arlington National Cemetery, the only cannons that were shot that whole day in the inauguration ceremony, quote unquote. When you go look on YouTube, C-SPAN and all the others broadcasting, were 3 cannons at Arlington National Cemetery. That was not the official presidential salute battery.
The number of cannons does not matter. As long as it meets the minimum and the maximum, the number of cannons does not matter. At all. At all. It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. So someone found actual video proof of George H.W. Bush's funeral at the... they were firing at the reflecting pond in Washington, D.C., the reflecting pool in Washington, D.C., and Derek, of course, said, "Oh, that's not the official battery," because it was exactly proof that it didn't. The number of cannons didn't matter. They had less cannons, or maybe they even had more cannons. The number of cannons does not fucking matter. This is a senior Bush. He called him Daddy Bush, and Derek's like, "Oh my God, you call a man Daddy? This man? We know you're part of the cabal." No, that's a colloquial term we call for the older Bush, Daddy Bush. But anyways. Derek got mad and said that it wasn't the official battery, so it doesn't count.
They were standing around waiting. If you watch the broadcast, they're standing there for several minutes. No kind of marching.
Several.
No kind of ceremony. No kind of anything.
Several. No kind of marching. No kind of. I bet you've never spent one day in the military and you're about full of crap. I have about 7 times the fucking experience that Derek Johnson has. How about you choke on it, Connie? You can choke on all my experience.
It doesn't matter anyway because it was 3 cannons and all.
I've actually seen fucking combat. You'll never see this slick sleeve motherfucker say that.
It's a national cemetery.
Oh, wait. He has spiritual combat. Uh-oh.
It tells you specifically that is not a 21-gun salute. And also the first cannon misfired. When the cannon misfires, immediately, that quick, another one would fire off. That did not happen. 3 cannons, 9-second interval.
A first cannon misfire is not a very unexpected. I'm sure that the backup team. So it ended up fire. They pulled the trigger once and immediately pulled it again. Boom. It might not even been a misfire. It just looks like maybe I don't know if they didn't pull it hard enough or whatever. Something happened to the first one. It seems like they had to pull it twice. But the backup firing team that's supposed to fire on a misfire probably didn't even know they had tried to fire it, because usually it's like boom, 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 misfire, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they already got a rhythm going when they misfire.
21 guns is a funeral service for foreign head of state.
This guy's an idiot.
What's up, y'all? Derek Johnson here. Look, I'm going to break down Executive Order 13848.
God, he's such an idiot.
Because I think it's the most monumental piece of paper since the Declaration of Independence on...
What'd you just say? What'd you just say there? Hold on. I know you can't be talking to me. Well, you can't be talking to Derek Johnson either. He just got rejected from going to Gitmo again as well. Listen to this. Declaration of Independence. Derek Johnson, the documents guy. The guy who says all the documents, gotta go read this, gotta read that, you gotta know these front and back, gotta know everything about them, you gotta know. By the way, these are the people, if you ever get discouraged by the people who always talk shit on Facebook, these are the people we are engaging with. Sitting around biting their tongue and shit. Okay? They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Goddamn gap in her tooth full of tongue. The fuck? You have to wear a mouth guard except for pictures. They took it out. I could tell you got helmet hair. I knew you had to wear a helmet. Anyways, Derek says, the documents guy says declaration pendants. Declaration pendants. That's what he calls the Declaration of Independence. Declaration pendants. You have to listen. Here we go.
What's up, y'all? Derek Johnson here. Look, I'm going to break down Executive Order 13848 because I think it's the most monumental piece of paper since the Declaration of Independence.
Since the Declaration of Independence.
Incoming Donald
This
clip.
is the most monumental piece of paper since the Declaration of Independence. What? The fuck is the Declaration of Independence? What happened to the I thought you had to know the documents. Front and back, left and right. We had to know all the documents. All of them. Not that one.
He's a broke dick, and he thinks he knows it all, but he's really just a dumb bitch anyway. You can rely on your broke dick, Derek. You can rely on your broke dick, Derek.
Good job. Good job. He knows it anyway. I got it. That was a good one. Thank you very much. That was a broke dick, Derek. All right, here we go. Declaration pendants.
Derek Johnson here. Look, I'm going to break down Executive Order 13848 because I think it's the most monumental piece of paper since the Declaration of Independence on the federal government side of things. All right, you have to understand that national emergencies in executive orders were not supposed to be passed down from president to president. The whole point of a national emergency, first off, is exactly what it says. A national emergency.
Uh-oh.
An emergency All right, national emergencies and executive orders were not supposed to be drug out 20, 25, 30 years. All right, it's not what was intended. That shows you nothing but a federal corporation, which United States, the federal corporation, the Organic Act of 1871, put us under the crown. All right, the bar was established, British Accreditation Registry in the 1870s, 1889. Stoutenberg versus Hennick outlines how D.C., District of Columbia, is a foreign territory.
Nope.
In 28,
not at all. It is separate, and then it is signed and it is incorporated so they can have their own laws, but it is never a foreign territory.
U.S. Code 3002 outlines how the United States is a federal corporation.
Nope.
All right.
Not at all. It's only considered a corporation in the eyes of employment law as an employer.
It's not a constitutional republic. So we've been living under a federal corporation for many, many, many years. It's not our fault in one way, but we can clean it up, and that is what's taking place. So Executive Order 13848.
I wish I had Derek Johnson's military experience.
Declared a national emergency.
Fucking retard.
And it was for voter fraud. All right, election interference, as Boss Man says all the time, President Trump, election interference.
You got to be very, 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 very specific. He always says it's for voter fraud. I don't even think it doesn't say voter fraud anywhere in 13848. It says foreign election interference. That's a different thing than voter fraud. Can they overlap? Sure. Foreign election interference is not voter fraud.
Interference, election interference. He repeats it over and over on Truth. All right, so you have to understand that this national emergency in this executive order would not benefit Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. whatsoever. It would not benefit him with what.
That's right. Oh, so full of it.
What has been accused of him and Hillary and all
trash people.
It would not benefit Joe Biden whatsoever for him, if he was real, to extend that national emergency in executive order, which has been extended to September 2023. It's been extended twice, 2 times in a row. All right, Executive Order 13848 specifically says in it, although no foreign power has altered the outcome or vote tabulation in any United States election.
They're so goddamn dumb. They come in here and say, I bet you've never served a single day of the military. You're going to Gitmo. Something fucking stupid like that. And then when they're corrected that I have orders of magnitude more experience in the military than Derek fucking Johnson has, they're like, oh, okay, well, you're still wrong. Way to put your argument together, you stupid fuckstick.
All right. It's specifically null and
There's another. They're back. They're all here. You're an idiot and not a patriot. I don't want to be a fucking patriot. You have ruined it. What the fuck have you done for the country, Rachel? Give me. I don't want you to be here all day. Give me your top 3 things that you've done for the country. It's about what I figured.
My vote, your vote, the state's vote, and also January the 6th. And it says in any United States election. It doesn't say 1 or 2. It says in any United States election that none of these has happened. Okay? It didn't say domestic, though, which is the deep state, the swamp, the rhinos, the dinos. All right?
The rhinos and the dinos.
The swamp. They're draining the swamp, right?
They're draining the swamp. They're getting them.
Slogan that Donald Trump came up with.
It literally was. Donald Trump went to office and then hired half the swamp. Not to mention on his way out, he literally pardoned people who committed voter fraud. Remember how that was his big issue? Voter fraud? On his way out the door, he was pardoning people who committed voter fraud on his way out. Because he didn't get his way, just like, fuck it, pardon all these people.
Then you got to understand what that means, though. And look at this, how brilliant it is. Donald John Trump signed this on September the 12th, 2018. That's 2 months before any election under Donald John Trump. 2 years before
oh my God,
the presidential election of 2020. That means the only evidence that they would have had of voter fraud on any.
We had to know that this was coming, a law or an executive order, because of all the claims about Russia, all the potential claims about China. other countries have it's a very, very high stake game with them to kind of meddle in our elections. Even if both candidates are not going to be, let's say both candidates are not going to be friendly to China. Let's say they're even equal in how unfriendly they are in China. Discourse is a lot of times their go-to. And if they can make the election seem less secure, that's what they want to do. They want you worried that your vote don't count. They want you disenfranchised. They want you arguing back and forth. They want you to think that it's all a hoax.
Level was 2016 and prior. But this has everything to do with the Dominion systems, the swamp and the deep state who add votes and delete votes.
Wilbur, this is for a match.
Okay.
You know the clowns from Facebook. Where do they come from? I mean, they're entertaining. Although stupid, very entertaining.
Anytime they're just scrolling through, they see Derek Johnson on there. Sometimes I'll have, like tonight, I don't even have, I understand when I put them in the title, we get a bunch of them. But honestly, I don't even have them in the title tonight, right? What is the fucking title? Back at the militia headquarters, let's do this. Like, they must just be scrolling through videos they don't do anything else. It's either Telegram or Facebook. And these are the ones who haven't been banned from Facebook yet, but are on their way out. So they don't have any fucking posts to the page. They have to scrub their fucking page and make their comments. And they see a picture of Derek and they're like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. Phil, wake up. It's happening. The man's on the computer saying it's happening. I got to click on it now. They think it's the announcement. And then their elderly husband damn near has a heart attack. He's just hoping for he can die in his sleep. That'd be the best possible outcome he could have for the rest of his life. And they have a fucking full-blown panic attack trying to get over here to click on the fucking video and watch it.
All right. Once you get that, it's going to click. The key line in Executive Order 13848 says, although no foreign power has altered the...
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for your service. And intelligence, Jesus.
Or vote tabulation in any United States election. All right, that means my vote and your vote, meaning alter the outcome. Or vote tabulation cancels out January the 6th.
Oh, man, cancels it.
Perfect setup by the military.
Cancels it.
When you understand we're under a continuity government, which is...
The military stormed our Capitol and looked like the public, and the people that you may or may not... I personally know people who stormed the Capitol. I personally have spoken to these people and talked to these people, and they didn't work for the military, and they weren't fucking 3-letter agency operatives, and they weren't... Like, I watched them kick in doors and shit. Those were just figments of my imagination.
Outline in federal continuity directives.
Please, Q idiot.
January 17, 2017, and it tells you inside of it to start with that one, that anything before that is...
Run around snapping pictures with your cell phone and stealing their souls. That's what I do.
Canceled. And
aha, I got your soul. Like you do like the nose game, but you have your cell phone up. Aha, I got your soul, Bartholomew. And then just run out the door.
The most recent issue was April 2023, and inside of it, it says consistent with Executive Order 13961, which is Donald Trump's order from December the 7th, 2020, which is a federal mission resilience strategy.
Oh, my God.
It shows you we're under a cog. All right.
Continuity of government. Derek Johnson doesn't understand what continuity of government, and it's in the word. Continuity of government is the continuation to continue the government. Phil is slowly phasing himself out. He's made millions. Yeah, he doesn't need to do this anymore. One Oscar. You're lonely over there by yourself on Rumble, but I see you. Not many people comment on Rumble. If you're on Rumble, put some in the comments. Maybe we're just not seeing you, because it says there's a bunch of people watching over there. Over 100 people watching. Nobody's commenting. Anyways, continuity of government is continuation of government. Maybe we're just not seeing you. What the fuck? It says there's a bunch of people. It's to continue the government. It's to keep the government continuing. It's to continue the government. It doesn't suspend Supreme Court and Congress and everybody else and put the military in charge. You can literally go read the continuity of government plans, like where they're going to fall back to, where their secondary headquarters is, where their secondary servers are, where their secondary paperwork is. It's to keep the actual government going through some type of crisis. Let's say DC is just wiped off the map. Continuity of government kicks in. They find out like who's not alive anymore, and people step up through the chain of command, and they know where their fallback locations are. They know how to access their computer files, their servers. They know how to keep everything running, because that might not be the only attack. That might not be the only thing that happens. That might not be the only crisis they have that day. Continuity of government keeps the government running. Derek Johnson believes continuity, the continuation of government, shuts the government down. And says, oh, nope, military's in charge. Supreme Court can't do nothing. Congress can't do nothing. Nobody can do anything. They're just playing. They're just playing like they're doing something. But really, the military's making all the decisions. Then why wouldn't they call it something else, you stupid fuck?
Which means the Constitution is put on pause, and the military is in control under military occupancy, which is found in the law manual, which was issued.
Imagine the Constitution. Imagine calling yourself a Republican. A person who believes in the original Constitution, the way it was written. You're an originalist. You believe in protecting the Constitution. That's the only thing that keeps us from being fucking communists or socialism or whatever. Loving the Constitution appendants, according to Derek Johnson, so much. And then being like, oh, you're saying the continuity of government suspends the Constitution? Yeah, man, I'm on board. Fuck you, and nothing suspends the Constitution. Nothing suspends the Constitution.
June 12, 2015. All right, that's why the Military Justice Act is so important, of 2016, passed in 2017, because
he doesn't understand this Military Justice Act either. Military Justice Act, if you go back through and read it, it basically just says that, military law has been around for a long time. A lot of times it's older than regular civilian laws, especially depending on where you live. A lot of cities haven't been around as long as the Army has. It basically says military has their laws that they're able to enforce, and the areas where they're able to enforce it on military bases. When you're at work, when you're on duty, when you do basically anything on duty or on a base or on base housing. And then it says this is not the military spectrum. When you do stuff like off duty, off the base, after you get out, before you enlist, that has nothing to do with the military. And then there's some overlap. So let's say you commit a murder, but you also drag a body onto a military base. There's overlap where they go back and forth. Absolutely not, Joe Murr. Abso-fucking-lutely not. We're just going to sit here and contemplate how fucking retarded you are. I'm guessing about a 46 out of 1 to 10. That's just my guess. Now, that doesn't mean I'm right. I usually am. But I guarantee you're not right. I guarantee you're not right. Is your profile picture a fucking cat? How fucking old are you? You may be around during the Declaration of Independence. We're sitting here doing absolutely nothing. My viewers are going up. Come on back, Joe. You stupid fuck.
Because it separates military laws from civil. All right. It separates president from commander-in-chief, and commander-in-chief.
It has nothing to do with president and commander. It literally has nothing to do with president, commander-in-chief. They are the same person. They're two different roles filled by the same person, but they're the same person.
From
always have been, always will be.
The federal government. All right. That's why that's so important. So
it's not. It doesn't even mention that.
6, 2021, conveniently after 2 objections, the quote-unquote insurrection took place. All right? That was not an insurrection. This was all planned. This is a military exposing the swamp, the deep state, because in our Constitution, in the codes, 3 U.S. Code 15, it tells you what was supposed to happen when those objections took place. That did not happen because a quote-unquote insurrection took place.
Oh. They still finished all the voting. They still finished everything. They actually come back and finished it.
When they came back in, they just rushed right on through the vote counts for the states. They didn't go to a special chamber, which they were supposed to do, go read through 3 U.S. Code 15. So Congress...
I think I'm gonna start some drama with some different YouTubers or something more interesting than these fucking retards running around on Facebook. The fucking a single-digit IQ and shit. Reminding themselves to fucking take breaths.
Dinos, they broke 18 U.S. Code 2381, 2384, 2385, and 52 U.S. Code 20511. All right? It's all outlined there. It's very clear what happened. It's a military occupancy. It's a continuity of government. And they are draining the swamp.
Give me one margarita.
Order traps all governors.
No, it does not.
Attorney General,
not at all.
Secretary of States,
nope.
Judges and lawyers who do not uphold or apply the laws that were put into place.
For foreign election interference, sure. You're missing the foreign.
All right. So they chose what side of the line they...
And it's really only to seize assets. So basically, like what it says is if they can prove that this whoever interfered in a foreign actor interfered in our elections, they can basically seize any assets they have here at the time or any assets that come here in the future. So let's say we prove that Joe China interfered in our election. When in 10 years from now, if he ships some containers here, we'll just fucking seize them. If he invests money here, we'll just seize it.
This is such a multi-layered operation of all of the things that the swamp is being drained from. The military...
That's right, Texas Tillman.
The swamp right in front of you. And you have to go understand the origin. There's a blueprint that I've laid out. I'm the only one who has laid out the whole blueprint. There's a lot of good podcasters out there that have slivers of this and they're good with it. And they have portions of the directives. They have portions of the law. But they ain't got the full blueprint.
No, you don't either.
Blueprint that completely...
So the problem with do your own research, the problem is with like, oh, well, just look at Real Raw News, you can read it, or just look at a picture, or just look at this Facebook post. People misinterpret things all the time. Well, not only is stuff edited, but even if you get the actual correct source that's not edited, that's not been photoshopped, people misinterpret stuff all the time. How many times have we just sat here and read a court case about like Phil or something, and people in chat would be like, "Oh, that means this." I'm like, "No, that doesn't mean this." It's like there was some confusion the other day about the restraining order, order of protection. I'm sorry, not restraining order of protection that Phil filed. Right? Phil filed an order of protection. And people are like, "Oh, what a pussy! Was he afraid somebody's going to chase him down?" That's not what an order of protection is in civil court. An order of protection is to protect an asset or protect a person from being interviewed or deposed or assets from being seized. That's an order of protection. But like, imagine that, but times 100 because you're trying to, Derek Johnson says you do your own research. You got about 1,000 fucking documents to read that were written in the goddamn 1700s. And we're talking about people that literally bite their fucking tongue in pictures. Because it keeps them from drooling onto the bandana they typically have to wear around their neck just to catch all the fucking drool.
Shows you we are in a continuity of government and there's a military occupancy going on and they are draining the swamp, baby. Drain, baby, drain. Donald John Trump, woo, going down in history as the greatest president in the world.
Sure. This guy's wild. Anyways, you remember how I called Derek Johnson out and said that he had been denied entrance to Gitmo for the third time? He won't admit it's been 3 times. Remember, I called him out and said, "Oh, Derek Johnson's." They're telling him no, he can't go to Gitmo. And then he made a post saying that let's see, pancakes. Hold on. Sorry, I'm contractually obligated to scream pancakes. Let's see what this one was. He says, "Here's another red pill for those." Oh, I think that's the one we just watched on. Yes, that's TikTok.
Derek Johnson here. You can go to the documents, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, that's the one we just watched. All right, let me go back to the post where he mentions me. Hold on. It's probably way the fuck. He posts too goddamn much. By the way, again, just like his TikTok, just like his Twitter, nobody can comment. Nobody can say shit. Nobody can do anything. He's sharing full on cock shots of Hunter for some reason all over his Telegram. What a disgusting mother. What is wrong with you, dude? God damn, you at least could have blurred some of it and said, hey, it's not blurred in the original. The fuck? Anyways, I think he gets off on this shit. Here it is. They clearly watch my posts and then email. They're posting on certain platforms. Not that one. Then they're receiving hate mail from someone who cannot spell. Not that one. Is before that one. I wonder if he removed it. We must protect our foundation. No. We must protect this house. You guys remember the Under Armour commercial? Y'all can bash if you want, but if patriots and Christians just work to research laws and orders, quarter of what the Latter-day Saint missionary does. He's a big fan of Latter-day Saints and the juice. Think about all the haters and phonies getting ready to celebrate tomorrow. That's not it. Here it is. It's amazing what people will write for publicity. I see some clown as tried to out me over Gitmo. You people can believe whatever you want. Never in my life would I've ever dreamed that a veteran with clean records in civilian and military sectors, yeah, you weren't in the military long enough to get a dirty record, would be smeared and talked to as I have. All I've done is show the world laws and orders that 99% of people never knew existed. A radio station in Oklahoma hired me to report for them, and some freaking clown who wants publicity is saying I've been denied 3 times when the deadlines were in April and May, and we didn't apply for those. The only one we put in for has been canceled in August. Keep my name out of your cheap and slimy mouth, or I'll expose your name to everyone on all platforms. Please expose me, motherfucker. Please. We'll get to exposing. You know what the next thing we'll expose? The next thing we'll expose is all of our duty, all of our service that happened in combat zones. That's what we'll expose. We'll exchange war stories. And by the way, I'm about to post all the emails and names for Gitmo. They're all public. It is time the people lights all these asses up for their politics that they want to play. I'm a hair away from exposing many people and platforms. I'm tired of their nonsense and poop emoji. You, the people, were worth every mile of this journey, but damn, the evil platforms and slimeback twats who only want publicity in a platform. They say 20 to 30% truth to reel you in and never give you anything via what operates this nation. It gets old and tiring. Again, he says none of this bothers him. I'm sure you guys all believe that, right? Anyways, he had a little remark he left on a little podcast the other day. So he wasn't denied, right? He's never been denied. This is all bullshit. I was just spreading misinformation because I'm a piece of shit, making it up. He's got a clean record, military and civilian. He hurt his knee, got tortured by Obama soldiers. It says, for all those asking about Gitmo, you can see there's cancellations, blah, blah, blah. This was one of his Twitter posts saying, you could look on the calendar, we were supposed to go, but now we're not. And that's why I'm charging $500 a ticket to come see me in Texas. Oh, the venue canceled. Wah. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
What's going on, at these locations. The correspondence I got back from Gitmo, so my correspondent with that is that I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? So that's...
No, wait. I thought you weren't denied entrance into Gitmo, that you only applied for one and they canceled it. That's what this post actually says. You've never been denied. We only put in for one and it got canceled in August. Then why would you get correspondence from the Office of Personnel Management, who I fucking spoke to, that you're a conspiracy theorist, you stupid fuck?
As far as what's going on, at these locations, the correspondence I got back from Gitmo, so my correspondent with that is that I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? So that's...
I did too. I knew before he got the email, what the email said.
It shows there's still woke people within these in these positions of power, right? So as of right now, all of June, July, and pretty much August is canceled again. It's what they're showing on the Gitmo calendar.
So the only one he put in for was canceled. He says himself, "I've never been denied. I've never been denied. We only put in for one." Well, then why is the Office of Personnel Management and the Office of Military Commissions, why are they telling us that you've been denied 3 times? And I knew that you were getting a denial email the day before you even fucking got it and made a video about it, predicted it. That doesn't make much sense. That doesn't make much sense. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I thought they were canceled.
That's correspondence I got back from Gitmo. So my correspondent with that is that I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? So
how could you come out to your audience and say these things are really going on? Don't believe the schedule. They're naming people from like 9/11 and terrorist acts. That's not going on. It's really the deep state. We all know this. The military knows this. The military's in charge. Everybody knows this. They're getting me in through my connection because you got to have a correspondent connection, and I got one. This news station, blah, blah, blah. And they send back, no, you seem like a fucking retard conspiracy theorist. And you're like, we just roll with the punches, guys. We know what's really going on down there. Jesus fucking Christ.
I got back from Gitmo. So my correspondent with that is that I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? So it shows there's still woke people within these in these positions of power, right? So as of right now, all of June, July, and pretty much August is canceled again. It's what they're showing on the Gitmo calendar. They're showing a lot of cancellations, and the guy that's in charge not gonna.
Yeah, she just recently did something. I saw she put out a post like 8 hours ago or some shit, 12 hours ago. I can't remember.
Bus completely, but we got a lot of work to do on this guy. He's a Navy veteran, you know, we're just saying, hey, guy, I mean, what's the deal? You know, this is what's going on in the world. Why are you doing that? There's only been 2 people that's been approved to go to Gitmo. They're from the New York Times. All right, no one.
Yes, legitimate fucking news. They're going down there. There's still people that had some type of ties to shit that happened around 9/11. There's still terrorists down there. There's still the worst of the worst. So people like the New York Times are allowed to go. People like Derek Johnson, who thinks secretly it's a Hillary Clinton adjacent trial, Uma Abedin is being hung in Gitmo, are not going to be allowed to go. That makes perfect sense with what everybody else has been saying, that nothing's fucking going on.
You know, we're just saying, hey, guy, I mean, what's the deal? You know, this is what's going on in the world. Why are you doing that? There's only been 2 people that's been approved to go to Gitmo. They're from the New York Times. All right, no one else that claims to be covering it have been there. They're not there. If they are covering it, they're covering the public portion that anybody can go to. Me, you, everybody. If you'd like to, you can go to.
That's the only portion. They think that the public portion that you can go watch at military base in the States or go down there and it's like, if you're a news reporter, you can sit in on it, that's some type of affront. And there's really a secret portion of trials going on that Derek was going to be allowed to go to with fucking, what's her name? Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew's now started up that she's going again. Fucking Lynn. Somebody told me that Lynn Wick, you guys remember Lynn Wick? That she raised money to go to Gitmo. Hold on, let me see if I can see this. Lynn Wick is begging for donations to go. Oh, she's going to Mar-a-Lago. But now she's to meet Trump. But now she's saying she will do a Zoom meeting instead of going there after she already collected donations for the trip. Her followers will never learn. Sounds about right. Sounds about fucking right. But Nancy Drew did this already. She took up donations saying that she had been invited to Gitmo. Then, of course, nothing fucking happened. You guys can go look. The schedule's public, and it's a thing that they cannot technically keep from the public. So it's space available But if you are directly affected, they make room for you, and they actually personally invite you to the military base to watch these remotely. So they'll be sending you a video signal with a delay on it. But it's available to other members of the public as long as there's space available. Anybody can go there and sit there and watch this on a TV monitor because it affected us all.
Fort Meade. All right. It's open to the public. You're welcome to go there. That's cool. Hey, you should want to go there. You should want to see this. This was never some kind of, oh, Derek Johnson's going and nobody else. But if
that's exactly what it was.
Meade,
you literally even bragged and said, why aren't all these other truthers that say stuff about me? Why aren't they going to Gitmo? That's literally the definition of what you just fucking said.
You can see what they've been covering. I don't know what they've really been covering with all the cancellation.
Oh, what I was going to say is you can go check their schedule. The schedule's public, too. It'll tell you who it is, and it'll tell you what their charges are related to. We've already done this.
But they said that there's nothing going on in Guam. There's nothing going on in the Virgin Islands. Nothing going on in Northern Mariana. And it's
right.
Polar opposite.
Polar opposite of what I believe. Because you're an idiot. You're an idiot. The Gitmo hearings are sent remotely through satellite feed, literally here. Then we'll get clips of them. If it's big enough that the news covers it, we'll even get clips of them. Like that's how it goes through, and you can go watch it. They actually moved the location and made it into a bigger location. But people that were personally affected by 9/11, they actually, from what I hear, they actually get invites. Like say, hey, this trial's going on. We know you lost somebody in the World Trade Centers or on one of the planes or blah, blah, blah. They actually get letters from the government saying you can come watch the trials if you want. Now, very few of them do. And there are very few. So the journalists that actually go down to Gitmo would be the journalists that like win fucking Pulitzer Prizes and shit, right? They might break a story that this person's being super mistreated and the guards are abusing them. They don't have legal defense, blah, blah, blah. Or they might just watch the story and make a simple write-up about it. But it's going to be well-known reporters with an actual reputation to lose or to gain from. It's not going to be Derek Johnson from a radio station in Oklahoma. A fucking radio station in Oklahoma is getting you into the Gitmo terrorist trials. I'm just going to start calling myself a fucking broadcast station and say, well, I'm sending myself on myself's behalf. Wyatt Power Media.
Incoming dono clip.
Wyatt Power Media is headed there. You guys get ready. We're going to Gitmo. Fucking idiots. Anyways, they moved it to a larger location. It is I do think he's right. Was it Fort Meade? Is that where it was at? Or at least it used to be at Fort Meade. Did they move it? Hold on. They moved it to a bigger building. I remember that.
He's a conspiracy theorist and never been touched for the very first time because I'm pretty sure he's a virgin and never had sex before.
Like a virgin. Good job. Good. Thank you very much. Y'all are nuts. You're doing a good job. I like the remixes. When they originally set it up, they had it at this is like in 2014, 15, 16, somewhere around there. They had it at the Fort Meade movie theater, which is a big screen, but the way they sent it through satellite and blah, 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 it was really shitty, honestly. A lot of people complained about how grainy it was, how you couldn't see anything, how you couldn't hear anything. It sucked. So then they moved it to a building that only sat about 40 people or so, and they had multiple monitors they had placed around the room to where you could watch, like kind of like when you're like in Hooters or a sports bar where you have different sports on different monitors, multiple monitors around the room. That was better, but it wasn't big enough. So they even moved it to a bigger space, and they sent out, the reason I know this is because somehow I got on a mailing list that they had updated and moved it, and they sent me an email saying that all future such and such would not be viewed at building 142A. Instead, you needed to go in a different gate and come in the back, and you were going to be at building 2640 on such and such road or whatever. But yeah, they improved it over. And this was probably like a year or two ago, something like that. Thank you guys for the donations and the support. I appreciate that. Derek Johnson's a fucking tool bag, and he will lie to you through his teeth. Literally, the lie he told earlier about how a national emergency ends is because he just stopped reading an A. He didn't read B or C or D. He just stopped reading right here and said, that's the only thing there is. Trust me, I read the documents. I love fucking Hooters hot wings. That's my favorite fucking buffalo wings in the world. So much so, like everybody's like, "Oh, you're going for the girls." No, we make that shit at home, dude. We make that shit at home. Like, it is so good. Buffalo shrimp, but they're buffalo bone-in traditional breaded, or traditional breaded. Traditional means bone-in, I guess. Traditional breaded hot buffalo with ranch on the side. And I usually don't even eat the ranch, but I get it just in case I want it. But man, I can eat so many fucking hot wings. They used to have all-you-can-eat wings on Wednesdays, and they did away with that. Here's the woman that, what's his name, was talking about just a second ago.
The PSYOPs do something what's called poisoning the well. What does that mean? And there's many ways that this can happen. It's not just one particular thing. And we're going to be discussing exactly how it works, how to determine whether...
Was it Linda Forsyth? Is that what y'all said?
Should take notice of when it could...
Linda Forsyth.
And also, what does poisoning the well mean? Later on today, I'm going to be playing a video from Jordan Sather, who explains quite well about what it is. And it's just gone to the point of...
God, here we go. Gitmo Camp Justice pre-trial. More bullshit.
Okay, I'm taking you over here to the CVine website. That's c-vine.com, c-vine.com. Again, CVine stands for Community.
This is who she works for, CVine is.
Everything that you see on this website is from a mass amount of volunteers of all different types. This is a grassroots type of situation, coming to do our very best to bring you truthful information. You can see over here on the right that we have a donations link.
This is like a group of like citizen journalists who got together to like put out real news or whatever. Some of them have really, really, really Q adjacent beliefs. I've looked into the CVine network before, but it is what it is. She's the one that covers Derek.
Going to Fort Meade in Maryland to be able to watch the commissions from Gitmo, where they have a special room there that the commissions can be live streamed via CCTV. We are going to be in the public access room, so anybody can go there if you have an ID to be able to get on base. They will take driver.
That's the only thing you need set up, I guess. You have to have a government issued ID to get on. You don't even need to like pre-register or get some type of special or waiver or sponsor or nothing. As long as you have a government issued ID.
Licenses and etc. I think it needs to be real ID. You can show your passport, whatever it is, let you on base to be able to go to this room to watch it. Since we are not covered by any type of large corporation to cover our expenses, we do request that you consider donating to our travel expenses. Okay, so I'm going to be going to the actual article that we were dealing with today, and it's on the main page there.
There it is.
Gitmo misinformation being pushed by various grifters to an unsuspecting public. How to discern the truth. Information from...
I wonder if she's got a link to that, and I'll just go read it. Because I tried to go to the website when I first pulled it up while we were still watching Derek, and I couldn't get to it. Gitmo grifter Derek Johnson exposed by the Office of Military Commissions. Below is a copy of the letter I received from the OMC specifically addressing Derek Johnson's false claims about being invited to Gitmo. Contact information included for fact-checking purposes. Attached are two screenshots. One is a post from Derek Johnson making false excuses why he won't be attending. The other is the August calendar showing only 1 week of Hottie proceedings canceled. Had Derek been approved, he still had 1 week of proceedings open, but his application was rejected entirely, and he certainly was never invited as claimed. This latest was his third rejection. Exactly what I heard. Exactly what I was told. Also, he did say he was invited when he was on Nicholas Phenomenon's show. He said, it's not every day you get invited to Gitmo. No, Nick pulled it. It's like, you got something special. You've been invited somewhere, right? And he's like, yeah, it's not every day you get invited to, the military commissions. A lot of people don't know that means trials. His application was rejected entirely, and it was certainly never invited as claimed. This is his third rejection. In fact, as an aside, he is being investigated for stolen valor. The good news is that he can still go to the public viewing of Fort Meade from the entire month and beyond to witness all the trials and at will. And so can you. OMC note, Linda, on Friday, I emailed Derek informing him that his request to attend August Hottie military commissions at Naval Air Station, Gitmo, Cuba, had been denied. I encouraged Derek to research the military commission's website and view the proceedings from the public watch site at Fort Meade, Maryland, prior to applying. That's why he's saying this shit now. He didn't even know you go to Fort Meade. Prior to applying for admittance again, the Department of Defense expends valuable resources and manpower in order for the media to report military commission activities from the Navy base in Cuba. Media requests are commonly rejected for multiple reasons. Only accredited journalists from bona fide media organizations with established legitimate motives for reporting are approved for travel to Gitmo. Please contact me if you have any questions. Thanks, Ronald E. Flesvig, Public Affairs Director, Office of Military Commissions, Convening Authority, 4800 Mark Center Drive, Suite 11F09-02, Alexandria, Virginia, office number. And it says this. It's amazing what people will write for publicity. I see some clowns. This is about me. Some clowns tried to out me over Gitmo. You people can believe whatever you want. Never in my life would have ever dreamed that a veteran with clean records in civilian and military sectors would be smeared and talked to as I have. All I've done is shown the world laws and orders that 99% of people never knew existed. A radio station in Oklahoma hired me to report for them, and some freaking clown who wants publicity is saying I've been denied 3 times. That was me. When the deadlines were in April and May, and we didn't apply for those. They've been denied 3 times. I don't know when the deadlines were or when they applied. They've been denied 3 times. Guaranteed they pulled it up for me. The only we put in for has been canceled in August. Keep my name out of your cheap and slimy mouse. His own followers called him out of this because he was supposed to be there in August, and he also scheduled that $500 ticket or $300 ticket, whatever it was, super expensive. Everybody's a VIP meet and greet. And when he did that, they're like, "Oh, I thought you're supposed to be in Gitmo." And he's like, "Don't you all know they've been canceled? You're supposed to check the fucking calendar. You guys don't know calling me out." And his own followers saying it. They were just asking because it didn't make sense. If he's going to be there in August, how's he going to have a meet and greet in August? Some freaking clown who wants publicity is saying I've been denied 3 times. The deadlines were in April and May, and we didn't apply for those. The only one we put in for has been canceled in August. Keep my name out of your cheap and slimy mouse, or I'll expose your name to everyone on all platforms and let the people decide. Expose away, buddy. So here's the calendar still going, obviously. Now, there was a week of these canceled, and it says it right here. Canceled. But these have not been canceled. And it doesn't seem like they're intending to cancel. There was probably some shit to do with like discovery, or the judge had to be out of town. Something was going on, right? This happens all the time in a regular fucking court. Shit gets canceled. But the email is very telling from our boy Ronald Flesvig that Derek Johnson has been canceled. I wanted a link to her article, but it doesn't seem like she even links her own articles. She shows a link to it first this video. I guess I'm just going to watch it and see what it says at the top, because I tried going there and I couldn't get there.
Is there such a thing? It's not later on and it stands for
c-vine.com. Why couldn't I get it to load? I thought I tried this one. Maybe not.
Incoming dono clip.
Oh my God. Yeah, it definitely, the servers are not doing very well. How many do they have? Okay, here it is. And you can play that dono clip while I'm finding this, guys.
Derek, it's me.
Oh, no.
I went on to Facebook and wore the helmet like you taught me, and they chased me right out of the Facebook chat. I don't understand what I'm...
Wearing the helmet like you taught me. You must be staying at a nice hotel. You got a champagne bucket, Mort? God damn. I knew the big juice conglomerate made a lot of money, but damn, I've never even seen one of those in real life. Anyways, thank you for the donation. Information from influencers can cause a spark that may ignite a massive wildfire of viral news, which may never be extinguished after release. Information is power. It can be used to build, destroy men's society. There can be a serious problem with misinformation, which can simply come from the misinformed, or from those who purposefully plant bad weeds of disinformation within a good crop of news. Disinformation can be spread with all types of news. Today, we will discuss one area of news that influencers have chosen to quote as a route for spreading disinformation, and a niche subject to Gitmo personally. Gitmo is the abbreviation, blah, blah, blah. Gitmo misinformation is raging out of control because multiple reasons. I have enlisted the assistance of the Office of Military Commissions for fact-checking purposes. How can you spot a Gitmo grifter in the midst of a good social media influencers? It's complicated because of being well camouflaged. They do not stand out as blatantly as black and white. Grifters are mixed in with accurate news influencers, but a grifter can also provide pieces of accurate information mixed in with blatant, purposeful inaccuracies. The key word here is purposeful. Below, you will see an official statement of the Office of Military Commissions directly disputing a declaration from Derek Johnson, a social media influencer and country singer, who had broadcast a declaration of receiving approval for reporting on the commissions in Gitmo for the month of August 2023. His choice for August was to cover the Hadi proceedings. He has never stated what the trial was about, but was hopeful to discover secret sensationalized information. Yeah, he didn't say what the trial, who he was actually going to see as a trial, right? But he also said that there wasn't really 9/11 people. That's all been done for years. Blah blah blah. You don't have to worry about it. That's all over. All that normal stupid shit, right? That they do. Later, Derek Johnson suddenly stated that aside from the Hadi trial information, history, and other scheduled commissions at Gitmo is readily available for public access. Later, Derek Johnson stated that the Hadi commission in August had been canceled and he wouldn't be attending. This was simply not true, but nobody questioned anything. Well, not nobody. His followers didn't question anything. 1 week of the 2-week Hadi proceedings were canceled, but not all of it. He still could have covered the first week in Gitmo if officially accepted, or if not, he could still cover all 3 proceedings that month at Fort Meade via CCTV along with the rest of the public. A hypnotized mass of followers was created who trusted him without question. There was a vulnerable, desperate hunger for truthful information, which tends to create a starving population in search of crumbs. Mainstream media has also widely shown themselves to be biased in favor of left-leaning information. Therefore, conservatives generally must trust other conservatives, which unfortunately can be infiltrated by those who wish to do harm. So what's it hard to do to follow Shepard? The truth is Derek had applied for multiple different trials, ultimately in the hopes of getting on the island to see what could be discovered. Someone should have mentioned that wandering around a highly secure military prison is generally frowned upon. In fact, he would have been under guard the entire time to keep him in his lane, of course, escorted everywhere. Johnson was declined not once, but 3 separate times. He was officially notified of the 3rd time on June 1st, 2023. He chose to post sensationalized stories of purchased plane tickets and incorrect information of where and how he would be staying on the base. Yeah, remember when he said, like, they've already bought my plane tickets. I've already know where I'm staying. I already know this. Can you say that? Staying on base for months on end while covering the commissions, plus quoting a blizzard of erroneous laws with varying degrees of accuracy. But for some reason, the rules of Gitmo and its regulations seem to have escaped his notice, not to mention that trial information was readily available to him as public access. Every approved journalist for Gitmo must be accompanied by a guard at all times, may not venture out of the bounds, snap pictures at will, or write a report without everything being heavily vetted before release, and certainly not until after transcripts are approved and released. The approval process itself is complicated. Not only do you go through the extensive security check, but you must have an approved sponsor, and most importantly, years of published content. There's also true journalists who choose to conduct reports from Fort Meade in Maryland from a special room where the commissions are live via CCTV with a 40-second delay for security purposes. Exactly what is seen when reporting at Gitmo. Yeah, you're not even watching it yourself at Gitmo anymore. It's on TVs. In Fort Meade, uniquely, there's an additional room added to the public to view commissions at will since as of January 2019, and as put into place by President Trump. Trump wanted the general public to have access. In my opinion, I now personally know why. I think Trump knew what the transparency would reveal, but unfortunately, very few have taken advantage of it. That's where we're going to change things, but I digress. In the meantime, at almost the same time, the special room Fort Meade was revealed in 2019. A sudden onslaught of influencers came up with sensationalized stories of false Gitmo hearings, generally touting certain politicians, Hollywood celebrities, and others being tried or put to death in there. The public ate the misinformation up and believed, is told by no way fact check. Therefore, most believe the misinformation to be true. One of the main perpetrators. So it's going back to David Zublik. He was one of the worst. Media Mafia was born. So yeah, he's been denied 3 times, and multiple sources have now confirmed it. Sounds about right for Derek Johnson, if you know what I mean. All right, someone says I need to check on this. Someone says Scott Rogers.
Oh boy.
Was in a car wreck and got towed.
Oh boy, it's happening.
But that might have happened in Atlanta. I don't know if this is recent or not. Here you go. In case anybody who's ever served in the military, this is the thanks you deserve right here. Especially if you were in the fucking Navy.
What's going on, everyone? Blue Ranger here. This video is to former and current military personnel.
The flights go there all the time to fucking resupply and change out. They go there all the fucking time. They've been going. You just now started paying attention to them, and you think it's something special. There's not that many flights, by the way. Not even close to on average.
Y'all sucks, guys. I know it's been hard being away from y'all families and the wars and stuff, but y'all should know your families are never a long way. Spiritually, they are right beside you, fighting with you.
I watch it all day. That's what's fucking wrong with you. But I'm saying you just started watching it. Were you watching it in 2015? Of course you fucking weren't. Everybody just got hyped because they think their favorite Democrats on trial down there. There's fucking not. These people are still here. You can't just keep screaming, "Oh, that's a fake. That's a fucking actor. That's a lizard person. That's a clone." We see them every fucking day. 201. Yeah, you've been watching it since the year 201. Gotcha.
My grandfather was in the army. And we have a family friend. He was doing Agent Orange. He's retired now, but still. I mean, who knows? And also, if I ever do become a millionaire, I would help the homeless, people in need. I will do that.
Yeah, there's troop rotations, there's supplies. There are actually a bunch of contractors there right now. I actually have a buddy who's contracting there. He's doing a project right outside the main gate, but he's still contracting through there. They fly home. They've got all those flights. They can't fly anything civilian, so they fly. Well, they're contracted planes, but they can't like buy their own ticket. They're flying in and out. There's food and supplies. There's a lot of trials going on right now. There's fucking reporters going back and forth. Yeah, there's planes going to every fucking military base every goddamn day.
And I'm going to invent something pretty good too. Something that nobody has ever seen before. I got it all planned in my head. Now, I gotta get out of my head.
Okay. Thank you for your service, Scotty.
So, anyways, may the power protect you. Thank you, military personnel, for y'all service. I greatly appreciate y'all.
He's worth millions, at least. At least.
Peace out.
I've been watching since 201 AD.
What's going on, everyone?
God, how many X's? How many X's do you think is in front of that L in this suit he's wearing, guys? How many X's? I bet you the tag says, I bet you it says, sleeps 10 comfortably. Be advised, not applicable for high winds.
What's going on, everyone? Blue Ranger here. How's everything doing? Everybody doing tonight? Yeah, and everything going good with y'all too? I hope so.
That's right. I'm gonna. The mods had a good idea. I'm gonna start doing cameos, but not through the Cameo website. So I'm gonna record one and probably put it on coldbeer.fund and then play it like at the start of the show if you want a cameo. And it's just for me to fucking yell and scream at somebody. You can feed me lines like they don't like this made fun of, or they believe in this and I think they're stupid. So will you please yell about them this and try to straighten out their life? So I haven't set a price yet, but clearly the mods have. I see it in the chat. But yeah, I'm gonna start recording cameos.
I saw a video of a woman on a bike driving down the road, and this person in a car.
No, but there is a blind seamstress who makes classic one-off Power Ranger suits for for silverback gorillas, and he just goes there and grunts a lot, and she's like, "Oh, okay."
Almost got in front of her, and then.
This is some of your homies, Bryant. This guy watches the Gitmo planes every day too.
When she was at a stoplight, he rammed into her. You have to share the road with motorcycles. People on motorcycles. You have to
share the road with motorcycles, says the Blue Power Ranger.
Road. It's the law. So, yeah, I do. And also, I'm thinking about getting my motorcycle license too. Just in case if I want to get a motorcycle. I don't know what kind I want to get yet, but I'm still thinking on that. But anyways, you share the motorcycle with the motorcycles. It's a law here in Alabama. I don't know about the other states, but it's the law here in Alabama. Hasn't changed. Yeah.
Yeah, so back in the day, I don't know how it is now, but back in the day at Gitmo, they had scheduled flight times, and a lot of them were Space A, like if you needed to go. So they were like supplies or whatever. You can fly Space A all over. So like if you're in the military, you can fly, space available. If they have room, you can hop on a flight for basically just like your fuel costs, sometimes even free, depending on the crew, if they have room. But they also have chartered flights that are like scheduled to go, and they're passenger flights. Plus, there's apparently a system you can go through to charter a flight.
Hasn't changed. My next video will be with my pal Lance.
My pal Lance.
So, anyway, guys, yeah, have a more phenomenal day. May the power.
Have a more phenomenal day, Bryant.
Protect you. Blue Ranger, out.
All right, so here's the comments. One says blue eggs. And the next one says Wolfpack Motorcycle Club is called Sons of Malarkey. Something about blue eggs and sharing a motorcycle with motorcycles. Very informative. Need to share a motorcycle with motorcycles. I want to hear that again. How's everything doing today? Doing? Oh, nothing. Pretty good, Scott. I'm just good, living, okay, nothing, just pretty nothing. Okay, good. Thank you for doing good. Got it. Yes, shout the woad, everybody. Y'all get ready. We're about to buy a motorcycle. How those burps hitting the senses in the mask. Every time he burps inside that mask, god damn. Let's see that pretty new dyed hair. Great look. Why does it look like you have upside down sunglasses on? Because he's cool. So inspirational. Thank you, Blue Ranger. I saw where they fired you, Scott. Talking in cursive. Oh my gosh, I saw the same video. I have a Harley. You can have it if you do videos on it. It even has a sidecar. Oh no. Let's hear it one more time. Motorcycle time.
What's going on, everyone? Blue Ranger here. How's everything doing? Everybody doing today?
That is hilarious.
Yeah, and everything going good with y'all too? I hope so. I saw a video of a woman on a bike driving down the road, and this person in a car almost got in front of her. And then, when she was at a stoplight, he rammed into her. You have to share the road with motorcycles. People on motorcycles. Yeah, and everything going good with y'all too.
Oh my God. Hold on. Put this on hold. We're back on Bryant. Bryant posts, done playing around. Hope he gets this. We the people, Lord, are ready to take back our country. We are very sorry that we let a certain few take you out of our lives, schools, militaries, and government. We need you back into our lives. to guide us away from this evil and destroy it. And give us this day our daily bread that was so well deserved. And save us from the satanic evil cabal that has plagued on earth and took you out of our schools, God. Are you hoping God gets this? I don't think God's going to get this. God doesn't have a Facebook. He's on Instagram. Ever since his dick pics got leaked, he's out of there. We need you back in our schools very badly. They're doing stuff to our kids, Lord, that you would not agree on. I guess you're going to let us see what it looks like, but we need you now. So please, everyone find it in their hearts this Memorial Day to stop the division and start the love and peace that God is coming to give us. Don't forgive those who just thought they could do whatever they wanted with our kids. They need what they have coming to them, Lord. Throw them into the fire of death. You know between right and wrong, my Lord. Everything down here right now is opposite of what is good is evil. What is beautiful is now ugly. I know, Lord, you have your eyes on the White House. Oh, Jesus is going to be president. I got you. And the Capitol. And I know you want to destroy them due to the satanic cult that's been in there, especially under the White House. You need to hit the royals hard. The king is a pedo. We know for a fact. Well, most of us do. William is the real king. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. William is the real king. And Diana is the real princess that will be taking her spot soon. Thank you, Lord, for hiding her out. And again, God, we need you now. And please watch over our military so there is no shootouts between good and evils. I heard this weekend, Lord, you're shutting everything down. I say you do it tomorrow, but because we've got a lot, and I mean a lot of veterans, our government, and don't care about that. We have to take care of thank you, Lord. I know you'll answer my prayer. Amen. The three of these. World peace, not one world order. Oh my God, this motherfucker's got his... No. This motherfucker's got his birth certificate on here.
Certificate of live birth. A bond is a certificate, and a certificate is...
No, he shared this from TikTok. Okay, okay.
Evidence of a debt, which
and all God's people said, praise Queesus.
Obligation issued by corporation having the same effect as a bond. And the issuing corporation can lien against all the property of the corporation.
That's at least worth a donation right there. Come on. You know it. We all know it. That was straight from Bryant's Facebook. Good God Almighty. I have a voice modulator. Hold on, let me do this because I'm working on a new voice. You guys tell me what you think. I'm working on a new voice for doing dramatic readings. Hold on, I gotta do a couple things. So I need to turn this on, advanced audio properties. I need to be able to hear myself because I need to turn it down some. It's too hard to understand currently. And I want to put monitor and output. Okay, now I can hear myself. Now I go to filters. Uh-oh.
Spicy _ Asako cheered Dex 500.
That's right.
You sure about that?
Thank you very much, Spicy Atsuko.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
What's this sound like? What's this sound like? Does this sound alright? Hold on, let me turn it up a little bit more. Can you hear me there? Can you understand me there? This is going to be a new dramatic reading voice. Done playing around. Hope he gets this. We, the people, Lord, are ready to take back our country. Wait, is it too strong? Can you understand me? Is it too strong? Is it too strong? I could change the width some. Is that better? Can you hear me better now? I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Done playing around. Hope he gets this. Oh yeah. This is my new dramatic reading voice. What do you guys think about it? Oh, that might be too much. That might be too much. Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. I think I can read like this. What do you think? Pancakes! It's not too bad. Yeah, I like that one right there. Done playing around. Hope he gets this. We, the people, Lord, are ready to take back our country. I'm excited. Are you excited? What do you think? I wish it was stronger because it sounds even crazier. But if I get too strong, you can't understand me. So it's kind of hard. What do you think about it? What do we think? I'm trying to put this one on 3,000, but it's so hard to get there. Okay. What do you think about that? I'm going to do the rest of the show like this. No, I'm going to put it on a button to where I can turn it on and off. And then, I'm going to turn it off to where I can't hear it because I'll probably read faster then. And I'm going to read and you guys tell me what you think. Okay. Advanced audio properties, mic auxiliary. And I'm going to go ahead and set up a button for it. Let me do this right quick while I'm thinking about it so I can turn the button on and off. I'm giving you just a second. We got to go to Patreon in just a second for the court documents. The court documents are going to be read on Patreon, any level Patreon or Twitch subscriber. You can get those for free, or you can get those for $2. You get the show for free if you're a Patreon member or a Twitch subscriber. I'm just going to read the field documents. Let me see if I can change this. Control center, set color. No, where's OBS? OBS filter toggle. I need that. OBS filter toggle. Link? I don't know. Save. Sorry, I don't know why my shit's not linked already. It says plugging OBS v28 or higher must be set. Website password must be set by going to tools. What? I don't have a password. I mean, you know, but yeah, it's fair for other port number. This current. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna have to set my password. Shit. I can do that in a minute. I'm just turning it off manually right now. Fuck it. All right. Anyways, all right. Here I'm gonna read it. You tell me if you can hear me. Okay. Done playing around. Hope he gets this. We, the people, Lord, are ready to take back our country. We are very sorry that we let a certain few take you out of our lives, schools, military, and government. We need you back in our lives to guide us away from this evils and destroy it. And give us this day our daily bread that was so well deserved. And save us from the satanic evil cabal that has plagued on earth and took you out of our schools, God. All right, can you hear me? Is everything all right? Sound all right? I'm turning it off now, but that's going to be my new dramatic reading voice. All right, so I got to finish checking Scott Wadget. What the hell was this? This is called Oh, this guy's just doing thing. Okay. It doesn't actually have any Scott Rogers on it, even though it says it's a Scott Rogers account. Okay. I don't have time to review all the Scott Rogers, but someone said he got in a car accident. Hold on. Let's see, tow truck, towed. Oh my God. No, that can't be Scott Rogers. That's somebody else. I was like, holy fuck, that's not even his Elantra. Yeah, I don't think whoever saw it probably wasn't recent. Dude, grow up and get a life.
Employers wants to hire me.
It was on a battle. Oh, okay.
I have Noonan syndrome.
I'm just looking to hire guys that I don't mind hanging out with for like 12 hours a day.
I'll try to find somebody. Will be talking about it soon. Then
You can look at their faces like, ooh, I'm not hiring him. If there's any employers out there that's willing to help someone out with a job,
was that a fart?
Message me. I mean, I really need a job.
Onion and ketchup.
It's peace out.
It's peace out. All right, guys. We're gonna read the documents, the field documents, over on a Patreon show or Twitch subscriber. So if you're a subscriber, just stay here. We'll be right back. If you want to join Patreon, you can join it for $2 a month. I'm trying to monetize some of the field content now. I've done it for free for years and years and years. Now I'm trying to monetize it to help support the channel and get it going better. But if you're a Twitch subscriber, you still get it. If you want to join Patreon, it's $2 a month. I think that's well within. I'm going to keep the fill stuff like at the lower tier. But yeah, I'm going to read the fill documents. There's like 4 or 5 of them come out tonight, but I'm sure everybody's going to see them by tomorrow anyways. So it's not a big deal. It's not like you're not going to get them if you're not a member of Patreon. But if you want to join the Patreon group, it's pretty fun. We typically have good shows, hang out. There's some perks. There's some groups, Discord groups and stuff like that. So we're going over to Patreon and Twitch subscribers only. I'll see everybody else tomorrow. I'll be back. I got some content to catch up on where I've been out of town. I'll probably put some stuff out during the day, maybe even some pre-recorded stuff or some shorts probably. And they'll likely be on TikTok, then reposted to YouTube maybe, depending on how much I like them. And we'll talk to everybody later. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to join Patreon, you just go to patreon.com/coldbeer. You make an account, sign up for $2, and then you'll get the link. The link will come to you. It'll be there posted on Patreon. You just click on the link and watch the video. There's chat, live stream, all that stuff. All right, so thank you guys for joining us. We'll see everybody on the next one. I'm going to go try to grab these documents, and I better make sure they're out first. And I'll hit you all back up in a little bit. If you're a Twitch subscriber or a patron, let me see here. I want to make sure they're out now. A lot of people have been gifted subs, and you might not even know if you're a Twitch subscriber, because usually people come in here and gift a bunch of subs, dockets. Wait, they're not even out. It's after midnight. Well, maybe we won't be doing that. Holy shit, they're not even out. So the documents that we're going to be reading is entry of appearance of Timothy A. Bowers, Esquire, and I looked this guy up. If we put in Timothy A. Bowers, ESQ, Esquire. It says Timothy Bowers Law Office. So Phil is hiring another attorney, Tim Bowers Law Office, and I guess he's just adding another attorney, and they're introducing him. That'll be one of the documents. Entry of appearance of Timothy A. Bowers, Esquire, on behalf of the plaintiff. The plaintiff obviously being Phil. He filed this. And it says assignment filed, precip for assignment filed, plaintiff's motion, so Phil's motion for protective order to quash subpoena with combined certificate, brief in support of plaintiff's motion for protective order to quash subpoena with combined certificate, plaintiff's motion for extension of time to serve responses to defendant's request for admissions, set 6. So remember when the Scranton Times tried to speed up the legal thing or whatever, they wanted to end it. Like we're saying, hey, we want to speed up the discovery, but like at the end of the month, we're ready to go to court, right? At the end of the month, we're ready to go to court. Well, like Phil's trying to extend that. For whatever, I'd like to see his reasoning behind it. And then brief in support of plaintiff's motion for extension of time to serve responses to defendant's request for admissions. They put in as missions. He wants a little more time to put in his ass missions. I don't know what fucking lawyer misspells all this shit. Like, this is like probably the 10th fucking misspelled word I found. These are the documents here, but they haven't been released. I was fixing to shut down, but they haven't been released yet. What lawyer misspells all this shit? He literally spelled ass missions. Ass missions. Like, this is, I catch so many shit. We have as many watching on fucking Rumble as we do on goddamn Twitch. Say something on Rumble, chat. Nothing can disguise that accent. Sounds like RFK Jr. Thank you, Sky Moon Spicer. Lead all souls to heaven. Kraken, that's stupid. Stupid Itsuko. Well, it's so nice to each other's truth about what Derek is saying. Having not been in the military, most of us don't know if he's feeding us a line, a bull or not. Thanks, man, and thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I've read the one from like Will Oscar, and then a couple people saying hello. Thank you for chatting over there. I usually see it, but it's mixed in. I don't particularly pick out the ones from Rumble because I've got this thing. So this will have see, all these are from Restream, so those are either Facebook or YouTube. But if I go, there's a Rumble one right there. Oh, where'd he go? Right there. And damn it! And if I click on it, it'll put it on screen. It keeps refreshing back down the bottom. Damn it! I can't catch it. Stop chatting for a second, chat. Damn it! Oh, it was on screen already. Just didn't see it. Oh, I don't want to highlight nothing. There it is. And then that'll put it on the screen. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. What do you guys think? Now it's so hard to get it to dock back. I don't know what's been messed up with OBS's docks, but it's so freaking hard to get the docks back on. Like, they've been insane to get the docks back connected. I don't know why they didn't release. Usually they come out at midnight. But either way, I'm going to start covering some Phil content there and some other content that I always said, oh, I'm going to do this for free because everybody needs to see it, because I just need to support the show. I mean, the show, I can't keep doing everything for free. You know what I mean? Like, eventually there has to be some stuff that comes out. No, 7.5 was not released today. It was released on 7.6.
We've already read both those. There's a 12-page one and there's a 1-page one.
But I mean, it's $2 and you'll eventually get it either way. Whether you just get it later or get it from somebody else, one of the two. I wanted to say there's Agreed Sky Moon. Look at that one. See? Oh, it's not showing on chat. Where's the little thing? Chat 2? Oh, I got it turned off. That's why nothing was showing. I thought you guys were seeing it. So I can highlight these messages, and that's where I see Rumble chat at. Because I've finally got it linked up. Ass missions. That's right. All right, then let's go back to back over here. Phil's hiring a new lawyer, it looks like, and he's of course got his shit shut down. Why wouldn't he? Nobody's allowed to speak in his chat because he canceled another show.
So this one's going to be a bit of a long one, guys, so bear with me.
All right, so I got, since we didn't do that, I got a couple links we'll finish off. I do have to make up so what I'm going to try to do is still have the Tuesdays and Thursday shows for Patreon, but I'm going to try to cover some Phil stuff there first as well to bolster up the shows, and that'll be some makeup shows for me as well, and I think that'll work out good. Mariah also has, I'm going to do some dramatic readings over on Patreon because there's some that are pretty fucking wild. And I think that's a really popular segment. I'm really good at it, but there's some stuff that I don't know if I want to say in front of everybody. But some of the dramatic readings will be there. And Mariah has so many fucking dramatic readings that she screenshot while we were on vacation that she had to send them in 2 separate emails because it was too much data. Like, it was too big a package. So we're going to be doing some of that. Oh my, how did you miss me talking about it for 20 minutes, Miss Priss? Jesus Christ.
See what we got.
Oh, this guy at the end is my hero. So both of these guys look like they work in the service department at Sam's, I'm guessing. This looks like Sam's to me. If it's Costco or something else, let me know. But there's a service department there. This guy at the very end is my spirit animal.
You got the wrong one. I went to shit.
Yeah, it's definitely Sam's, and he's chasing that motherfucker down. This looks like the Sam's in John City, to be honest with you. Of course, Binding Terrace. He chases him damn near almost all the way out the door. And he's saying, you got the wrong one. You want to fuck with me. You're going to cost me. You cost me my job. I'm going to beat your ass. Stuff like that, okay? Now, but listen to the guy at the very end.
Yo, is my car ready?
He sits there and films this whole confrontation. Everybody's staring. You can hear people talking in the background like, what the fuck's going on? Cops are probably coming. Yo, is my car ready or not? It's very funny. Very funny. We'll watch it again. Just because the title of the document's listed doesn't mean you can view it.
Yo, is my car ready?
That was one I grabbed. I think I got some more. Yo, is my car ready? That's very funny to me. I don't know. That's what I would do. I'm the kind of guy that literally laughs at a funeral, just not bare naked ladies. Can't understand what I mean. Well, you soon will. Nah, we've already got that one. What's this one? Is that the same one I just sent? How many times did I send the same fucking one? What's going on here? Oh, here's a different one. Oh, this, I just thought this was fucking cool. I'd like to do this. This is cool as shit. Damn. That is a crazy low pass by the Blue Angels out there on that pier. I shared a video today with my mods and with Bullshiffer that I think would probably get me banned. But it's a very surprising video. If you want me to send it to you, shoot me an email. coldbeerconfess@gmail.com, coldbeerconfess@gmail.com, and I'll make sure to get that over to you. Just be warned. It's very shocking. I feel like I can feel the heat off of it.
Am I legally allowed to have my...
This was interesting. This is super interesting.
Sue's Bazla just resubscribed for 14 months.
Thank you, Sue. Suze. Thank you very much. This one right here this surprised me. Okay, apparently you can have your dick out in public, and no one told me.
For your officers, am I legally allowed to have my penis out today?
Do whatever you want.
Okay, so that's not against the law?
It's not against the law as long as you're not masturbating and you're not fully erect and it's not for sexual gratification.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
The police clearly didn't care, but what about...
So I don't know what's going on here, but I wish somebody would have informed me. So as long as you're not doing it for sexual gratification, you're not fully erect, and you're not masturbating, you can have your dick out all the time. You can have your dick out all the time. Listen again. They don't even care.
For your officers, am I
the first cop's got no time for this. Second cop is like, look, I am the dick and public education specialist.
For your officers, am I legally allowed to have my penis out today?
Do whatever you want.
Okay, so that's not against the law?
It's not against the law as long as you're not masturbating and you're not fully erect and it's not for sexual gratification.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
The police clearly didn't care, but what about...
There's the Bree document. There isn't much to it though. It says defendant's new matter. Paragraph 1 contains allegations. So this is Phil answering defendant's new matter, but we haven't seen the actual document from the new matter. Paragraph 1 contains allegation of law which responsive pleading is required. Denied. It denied the statements complained are accurate and substantially true. Instead are false as set forth in the plaintiff's complaint. Paragraph 3 contains allegations of law which no responsive pleading is required. Paragraph 4 contains allegations of law which responsive pleading is required. Paragraph 5 contains allegation of law which no responsive pleading is required. Denied. It is denied that plaintiff suffered no damage because of the statements complained of rather than suffered and continues to suffer harm to reputation. Paragraph 7 contains allegations. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 all contain allegations. It is not required. 1 says that on the counterclaim, it is denied that plaintiff began pursuing a sexual relationship with defendant at any time when the defendant was a minor. Rather, plaintiff never pursued a sexual relationship with defendant while defendant was a minor. 2, denied. After reasonable investigation, plaintiff is without sufficient information to form an opinion or belief as to the allegation's veracity that defendant's parents learned anything. The allegation is therefore denied. Further, after reasonable investigation, plaintiff is without sufficient information to form an opinion or belief as to the veracity of the allegation. Defendant provided a statement to police acknowledging her sexual relation with plaintiff, since no alleged statement is attached to defendant's counterclaim as an exhibit. The allegation of such statement is therefore denied. 3, denied. It is denied that defendant did not lie, embellish, or otherwise make defamatory statements regarding plaintiff and defendant told the truth. Rather, defendant has consistently made and continues to make false. This is Phil's lawyer basically tearing up the counterclaim that Bree made. This isn't from like a judge or anything. Make false defamatory statements. The defendant engaged in a sexual relationship with the plaintiff while the defendant was a minor. 4, denied. It is denied that plaintiff had a sexual relationship with defendant while defendant was a minor, and plaintiff in his capacity as a realtor took defendant to third-party homes to have sexual relations. Rather, plaintiff never had any sexual relations in any location with defendant while defendant was a minor. I think this is going to be pretty. I mean, surely she can believe she can remember some houses. Number 5 was admitted. See, I wish we had this. I wish we had this in a different format, and we had the other claims with it. Hold on. Why wouldn't it let me go page up? Position page 1. Okay. Declaration of service. Well, I don't think we're at new matter. Defendant's answers to new matter and plaintiff's complaint and defendant's counterclaim. Maybe this is it. God damn it. I'll open this big motherfucker, I guess. Maybe I will. It didn't open, did it? Why is that not open? All right, I'm going to refresh this. Hold on. I might have to sign back in. I've got it open twice, too, which is probably not good. Let's try this LPA system. All right, go back. Here. Answer. Okay. Defendant. We need to find defendant's counterclaim to see what he's admitting to here. Or I'd at least like to. The motherfucker was 276 pages. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So the first thing he's count 1 defamation. So the first thing that he's doing, defendant's answers and new matter to plaintiff's complaint and defendant's counterclaim. Admitted, paragraph 5. Okay, so we've seen this once before. This is just a breakdown of all of it, though. It's not new matter. The statements complained are not defamatory. Statements are true. No, see, this is something different because that's talking about the parents already. Oh, defendant's counterclaim. 1, began pursuing sexual relationship with defendant minor. They denied that. 2, after defendant's parents learned, they said, oh, well, we can't prove that. 3, at no point in the statement did defendant lie. At no point, then they're saying, well, you did lie. It is denied that the defendant did not lie. That seems like a double negative. 5, on July 11th, 2011, plaintiff pled guilty to the corruption of defendant's morals. He admitted to that. 6, on October 31st, defendant signed an affidavit herein after October 2022. Affidavit attached here to his Exhibit C outlining her sexual relationship with plaintiff. Admitted in part. It was admitted that on or about October 31st, 2022, defendant signed an affidavit attached to her counterclaim as Exhibit C. Is denied that the statements contained in the affidavit are true. Instead, information contained in this affidavit is recitation of false allegations made by the defendant against plaintiff. 7. At no point in this affidavit did defendant lie, embellish, or otherwise make defamatory statements regarding plaintiff. Instead, the affidavit is truthful. Denied. It is denied that the did not lie, embellish, defamatory, blah, blah, blah. Instead, the information in the affidavit is a recitation of false. Okay. 8. All factual allegations made in the affidavit were entirely true, including but not limited to the existence of a sexual relationship between plaintiff and defendant when defendant was 15, the time at which this sexual relationship between plaintiff and defendant began, plaintiff's purchase of gifts for defendant, plaintiff and defendant having sex while defendant was in 9th and 10th grade at Riverside High. They say A is denied. It is denied plaintiff and defendant had a sexual relationship when the defendant was 15 years old. Rather, plaintiff and defendant had no sexual relationship while defendant was a minor. B is denied. It is denied that the sexual relationship began between the plaintiff and defendant while the defendant was a minor. Rather, plaintiff had no sexual relationship. They're just saying the same thing. C is denied. It is denied that the plaintiff bought gifts, jewelry, or it is denied that plaintiff bought gifts of jewelry, a hat, or other. So this has got to be it got to get him in a bind right here. He's already admitted to buying him a hat, right? Didn't he already admit that he bought her the hat? That was the one thing he admitted while he was on stand. Plaintiff threats of suicide if defendant were to testify against him during defendant's criminal proceedings related to his relationship with plaintiff. Denied. It is denied that, this is for E. Denied. It is denied that plaintiff threatened to commit suicide if defendant were to testify. That's the same thing he pulled on Dory when Dory kicked him out of the fucking house. He said he was going to unalive himself, and she let him come back and then had to sneak away in the middle of the night because he's not a real man, right? You know what I mean? Like, he'd put his family out so he could run and scream suicide so he could... What a fucking piece of shit. Defendant's decision not to testify against plaintiff during his criminal case partially in response to plaintiff's pleas. Denied. After reasonable investigation, plaintiff was without sufficient information to form an opinion as belief of the veracity of defendant's allegations concerning alleged decisions not to testify. Defendant's resumption of plaintiff and defendant's sexual relationship following defendant's criminal case. Admitted in part, denied in part. It is admitted that defendant signed the affidavit attached to the counterclaim as Exhibit D. It is denied that plaintiff created the document labeled untitled. Oh, this is different. Hold on. Denied. It is denied that the continuation of the sexual relationship, there was no sexual relationship between plaintiff and defendant while defendant was a minor. Therefore, such relationship could not and did not continue. On March 28, 2003, defendant signed an affidavit herein, March 2023, attached here to his Exhibit T, accompanied by 2 attachments. The first being recorded created by plaintiff of what he did minute by minute pertaining to defendant that day, which came with expensive earrings, and the second being a collection of text messages between plaintiff and defendant. Admitted in part, denied in part. It is admitted that the defendant signed the affidavit attached here to his counterclaim as Exhibit D. It is denied that plaintiff created the document labeled untitled and attached the affidavit to Exhibit A. Rather, plaintiff did not create this document and had no knowledge or information as to who, other than a mention from plaintiff's former criminal investigator, that one Sierra O'Malley created the document. It is denied that the second attachment to the affidavit is a collection of text messages between plaintiff and defendant. Rather, it appears that the document purports to set forth the text message of one Phil Gadlowski. This person is not the plaintiff. Further, the plaintiff has no knowledge or information concerning who or by what the methods of the document was prepared. Are you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm probably one of the only person outside of the court system that has all the fucking text messages from both the court system and the phone company. You don't ask no questions. Don't ask no fucking questions, okay? This is the bill. This is the Verizon bill here with every message from that time, okay? Every interaction here. Here's phone calls. And then down here we get into text messages. text messages from the phone bill. Now, that is from the mom, so that would be everything Bree sent and received, okay? So that means over here, there's a misprint, obviously, on this. Like, that's his number, that's his phone, and whoever made the spreadsheet made a misprint, and it says Gadlowski instead of Godlewski. And his defense is, we don't know who Gadlowski is. Not the plaintiff. Plaintiff has no knowledge or information concerning who or what the methods the document was prepared. Yeah, it came from the DA. So there you go. It came from the fucking DA. What a fucking prick, dude. What a fucking prick. All right. 10, it says the above mentioned take a message on February 24th, but make messages on February 24th, but make clear references to existing sexual relationship prior to the inception of these text messages while the defendant was a minor. Denied is denied that these messages indicated sexual relationship between plaintiff and defendant. Rather, it appears the document reports to be set forth text message of one Phil Godlowski, Godlowski. This is not the plaintiff. Further, that's all they're going to keep putting. This is not the plaintiff. Phil said he had damning evidence that this was someone else made them up. It looks like, so whoever made this spreadsheet obviously did, the title of it is wrong, but it's his number, right? Like, oh, holy fuck. God, Brian, you came back. We were just reading your post in a funny voice. Paragraph 13 contains allegations of law, which no response. So what does paragraph 13 say? In between November 21st, November of 2021 and April of 2023, plaintiff has continuously, deliberately, or recklessly published and spoken defamatory falsehoods concerning defendant. That's all true. He'll never admit to that. 14, admitted. Plaintiff has channels on at least 3 streaming platforms, Rumble, D-Live, Locals, where he regularly hosts podcast-like live videos discussing various topics, including political ideas, financial opinions, and information about his personal life. 15, admitted. Plaintiff simultaneously live streams to all 3 platforms. According to plaintiff, his live stream regularly will have millions of viewers watching it live, reaching 25 million live viewers during one particularly popular video. 16, he admits that. It's bullshit. Prove it. Just show us some numbers, any numbers. They can be verified. In addition to the millions of viewers watching live, the videos are posted to plaintiff's Rumble page where more viewers can watch the recordings and original live streams. Admitted. Paragraph 18 says, during multiple live streams, plaintiff made implied and or outright defamatory claims pertaining to defendant, identifying plaintiff by name at times in the live streams or otherwise providing sufficient information for defendant to be identified in the local community. They're not making a claim to that. Indeed, the plaintiff's August 5th live stream, plaintiff states that defendant filed a false police report that led to numerous charges plaintiff faced in 2010, alleging he had engaged in a sexual relationship with a minor. Admitted. In plaintiff's August 2022 live stream, plaintiff states that the defendant had no sexual contact or speech, implying that defendant lied in her 2010 statement to the police. Admitted. In plaintiff's November 26, 2022 live stream, plaintiff stated that he never did anything inappropriate with the defendant, and the defendant's 2022 affidavit was fabricated, implying that defendant lied under oath on October 2022. Admitted. Again, in the same live stream, plaintiff states that the girl lied the first and second time, and she then perjured herself, referring to defendant's original statement in police 2010 and defendant's October 2022 affidavit. Admitted. The statements outright state that defendant lied to police and lied under oath to the court, ultimately stating that the defendant committed perjury. Admitted. Plaintiff's proceeds to outright state later in the same live stream that the defendant had never had sexual relations, but the defendant lied about it multiple times, then identifies the defendant as Bree shortly thereafter. Admitted. On November 27, 2022, plaintiff's attorney Timothy K.M. Coleman, Esquire, hereinafter Attorney Coleman, stated in an email attached here to Exhibit A on behalf of plaintiff that defendant's October 2022 affidavit was sudden and improvident. The email then states that any sexual relationship occurred when the couple were of age, and this has never been denied. Admitted. 27, the above statement implies defendant's October 22nd affidavit was lies and otherwise fabricated. Denied. After reasonable investigation, that was a stroke. Plaintiff lacks sufficient knowledge or information to form an opinion on what defendant believes was implied The allegation is therefore denied, and the through 32 is admitted. The same day, plaintiff posted screenshots of reiterated the statement made in a above-mentioned email on his page, and the app known as Telegram, where plaintiff had approximately 285,000 followers. At the time the screenshot was posted, the screenshot is here to Exhibit F. Admitted. In plaintiff's February 3rd live stream, plaintiff stated that an affidavit doesn't mean an affidavit is true. It just means that she swore to a lie. Admitted. On March 2nd, 2023, plaintiff stated in a post on his Telegram page they extorted Bree for her affidavit implying the defendant lied under oath in October 2022. The post is attached. Admitted. In plaintiff's April 18th live stream, plaintiff identified a defendant as Bree, then stated that the defendant swore to an affidavit that was false, incorrect, or defamatory. He then stated, "Keep lying, I'm going to get you." Admitted. In plaintiff's May 2nd, 2023 live stream, plaintiff stated that the defendant wrote an affidavit that is just completely lies in reference to the October 2022. Admitted. All above reference clips and plaintiff's live streams on Rumble have been downloaded and otherwise available online at blah, blah, blah. Could not be attached here. Admitted. Upon information and belief, plaintiff also stated Bree was not born in 1993 in a video posted August 11th, 2022 that has since been deleted or is otherwise unavailable to the public. Admitted. He admitted that she was not born in 1993, or that he claimed she was not born in 93. 35. In making the above-mentioned written and verbal statements, plaintiff knowingly and willfully published and spoke false or defamatory matter. Defendant imputed a defendant conduct constituting felonies and other criminal offenses. Imputed to defendant conduct that would give a reasonable person grounds to avoid romantic involvement. Imputed to defendant conduct that would impact defendant's standing in her religious community and her employment. Imputed to defendant conduct that would impact her reputation generally in her community and across the country. And it says paragraph 35 contains allegation of law which no pleading. No responsive pleading is required for 36. The preceding paragraphs are incorporated. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have to say shit to that. The above-mentioned statements made by Phil Godlewski were entirely false insofar as they reflect upon defendant's conduct, character, and reputation. Denied. It is denied the statements of the plaintiff are false. Rather, they are true. Plaintiff knew that his statements were false when they were made, but intentionally and maliciously chose to make these false statements millions on Rumble, Telegram, blah, blah, blah. Denied. Allegations of law. Authorities 39. The false defamatory statements made by plaintiff were understood by his viewers and followers to have negative and damaging impact on the perception of the defendant. Written and verbal false defamatory statements made by plaintiff in reference to the defendant have reached and continue to reach a massive audience. Paragraph 40 contains a prayer for relief to which no response is okay. The above mentioned false defamatory statements were in a no minor privileged, so they don't answer any of those all the way down till 45. As a direct and proximate cause of intentional and malicious statements identified above, and when considering the massive audience plaintiff reaches, defendant's reputation and esteem and well beyond her community have been severely adversely affected. Denied. They lack sufficient evidence. 46. Denied. Sufficient evidence. So this is all about her suffering. It's not about the actual thing. 48. Individually regard as direct approximate cause, malicious, reckless, wherefore defendant. The preceding paragraphs are incorporated. If individual entitled to bring, okay, these are about if an individual entitled to bring a civil action arising from sexual abuse is under 18 years of the age of the cause of the action occurs, the individual shall have a period of 37 years after attaining 18 years of age in which to come for damages. So she's going for damages for sexual abuse now. Allegations of law. Beginning on around the fall of 2008 through the spring, summer 2010, defendant, a 16-year-old minor during that time period engaged in a sexual relationship multiple times with plaintiff who, upon information and belief, was between 25 and 26 years of age at the time. That's 55. It says denied. It is denied that plaintiff had sexual intercourse with the defendant in the fall of 2008 through spring and summer 2010 or at any other time plaintiff was a minor. During the beginning of this relationship, plaintiff and defendant had held a position of authority of the defendant as plaintiff was a coach at defendant's high school. Denied. It is denied that plaintiff had a sexual relationship with defendant while defendant was a minor. It's denied that plaintiff as a coach at defendant's high school was in a position of authority over defendant. Rather, plaintiff was a boys baseball coach and was not in any position of authority with defendant. That's not true. You know that's not true. anybody at that school, a coach, an adult, or whatever, it's in there in an official capacity, obviously has a position of power. Like your friend's dad could be a position of power, but they're not your dad. You know what I mean? 57 says during numerous sexual interactions between plaintiff and defendant, plaintiff intentionally caused offensive and harmful bodily contact with defendant. They denied that. During numerous sexual encounters, plaintiff and defendant experienced reasonable apprehensions that offensive or harmful bodily contact was imminent. Denied. As a result of this harmful behavior, they have anxiety, depression, stress, embarrassment, humiliation, all other injuries combined. Denied. 60. Let's see. As a result of as foresaid, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to deny it. No response. Denied. Denied. It is denied there were any harmful, like there's denied no sexual interactions between, like this is just their response to it. I mean, not a whole lot has changed, right? Phil's denying basically everything except it was kind of interesting the 1993 birthday, because when was she not born in 93? Is that not true? Why would he say that? Is denied live stream. He took somewhat of a role of a grief counselor at the defendant's side. Oh, it is denied that plaintiff admitted on any live stream that, okay, let's read this one, 84. Sorry. Further, by plaintiff's own admission in his Rumble D-Live local live streams, plaintiff took on somewhat of a role of a grief counselor in his capacity as a coach at defendant's high school, further clarifying that a special relationship existed. This is true. He said that there was kids on his stream that he had to counsel, that he was counseling her basically and helping her work through this guilt. Then he says, it is denied that plaintiff admitted on any live stream that he took somewhat of a role of a grief counselor at defendant's high school. Rather, plaintiff at no time held himself out as taking on the role of a grief counselor, nor did plaintiff at any time serve as a grief counselor. Rather, plaintiff's sole role at defendant's high school was that of a coach of a boys junior varsity baseball team. Defendant was not a member of the boys junior varsity baseball team, and plaintiff had no contact with defendant in plaintiff's capacity as coach to the boys junior varsity baseball team. That's a weird thing to deny. He did say that. We got plaintiff's answers to plaintiff's new matter. That was up here. Hold on. There's just 2 pages left. This wouldn't be enough to do on Patreon. I either should have saved it or not done it. Statements complained are not defamatory or capable of defamatory meaning as a matter of law. Defendant has considered the plaintiff's actions. The statements complained of are true or substantially true. Plaintiff has fairly commented about defendant. Plaintiff is a public figure, limited purpose public figure, and thus must prove that defendant acted with actual malice. Plaintiff's comments about defendant are privileged. Where is this coming from? Because this doesn't match up. There's only 8 of these. Yeah, this is something else. Hold on. Yeah, that's not matching up to what I was just reading. I don't know where this new matters come from. The defendant's claims against plaintiff are barred by statute of limitations. I don't think so. Are barred by the doctrine of latches. Latches. Latches is an equitable doctrine typically raised as an affirmative defense by a defendant in a civil dispute, whereby a party may be barred from raising a claim due to an unreasonable delay in pursuing the claim. That's not true. She's got 37 years. Like, she's younger than me, right? And I'm not even 37 years old. But anybody, as long as there was a sexual abuse, which she's claiming, and they potentially can prove, that's not true. The claims are not going to be barred by statute of limitations or the doctrine of latches. Doctrine of latches says that if you don't come up within a reasonable amount of time, this kind of thing. It's not like It's not like a statute of limitations. This is like for a crime where a statute of limitations is not listed, and you're like, oh, they stole something from me in '93. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Certified, sent out, copy. That's basically it. That's, I guess, the new document for Bree. It's not much, but there it is. It's Phil's responses to basically the counterclaim. And, let's see, there's 12 there. Defendant's new matter. Yeah, there's just a whole lot of nothing here. He's not gonna, obviously there's not gonna admit anything. These are just the criminal complaints, basically. That's gonna be it for tonight. I know somebody just sent me a Scott Rogers live stream. I gotta see. Yeah, man, send the videos you shared with Bull and the mods. Oh, I don't know if you want to see. You want to see that for sure? I'm gonna send it to you, and you come back in the chat and tell me what you think about it, Mark. You ready? You gotta watch the whole thing. I'm going to send you the video and you tell me what you think about it. Hold on just a second. Oh, I faked them out. They left, didn't they? Huh? Faked them the fuck out. The people that just watch and never speak or whatever. I don't know what, the documenting me or I don't fucking know. Hold on, I gotta find this link first. Oh man, I don't know where I went. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. And then I'm gonna send it to Austin too. Austin, you tell me what you think. Here you go. Oh, I don't even think I just sent the right one. I didn't. I'm an idiot. Hold on. How did I not? God damn it. There it is. Okay. I didn't copy it the first time, I guess. There it goes. Okay. There's that one. And then I just saw Austin somewhere. Here's yours, Austin. Tell me what you think about those in the chat. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with the donations. Support everything you got going on. I appreciate it. I am going to put some Phil content behind the paywall, not all of it, not even a majority of it, just some stuff to talk about to make up some shows and hopefully drive some more patrons. We actually do really good on Patreon. We're usually growing. Sometimes we'll be stale, but I haven't had like a month where I just lost a bunch of people. I have lost people like when I was off for my mom and stuff like that, but we actually do really well, and that seems to be the most independent. So even if I get banned on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, I still got Patreon. So if you want to join Patreon, you're more than welcome. Patreon.com/coldbeer. We are going to be making up a bunch of shows there. We're going to have a bunch of content there. You can join for as little as $2. You don't get all the content for $2, but you get, the basic level. And then it goes up from there. So if you can join Patreon, I would appreciate it. And and thank you guys for joining us. Everybody have a good night. And sickos. And we will see you on the next one. Have a good. I could feel the heat off of it. I could feel the fucking heat off that thing. It was looking at me. Contribute to the show while we're offline. I know I'm not a troll because I'm here for the funny. Gotta love it. There you go, Sky Moon. Thank you. Contribute to the show while we're offline. Keep it going. I'd appreciate it. We'll see you around the next one. Oh, Legend looked.
You don't have the fucking balls. You don't have the balls.
Legend, they told you not to look. He's got it. So that case might last forever, but he's got to be out there for that case. What's his excuse going to be for the case? That the judge and the court system's corrupt, I guess? He's about to dip, I think. You better buckle up, 'cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came. We're gonna start taking up donations to travel to all Phil's Airbnbs and give them a 5-star review, and then leave little bitty ass prints, like not like ass cheeks, but like little butthole prints on all the stainless steel.
Strapped to the shaft, beating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'm gonna make your gut burst. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Oh my God, Austin squats over your face like that, legend.
People, aliens.
How much nair does he go through?
Dress fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers cause you told him if
I can't believe he'd apply it and then stick it in your face when you wake up. That's crazy. Hope you don't ever get on your eyebrows. Wake up suddenly.
you know that stage is set. You better buckle up cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up cause you ain't seen none yet.
I've already got people in the email saying send it. Send it. It's just surprising. It happens quick, okay? Before you can even back out, you're like, God damn, what was that? Why was it so long?
He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop.
I'm sending it to you, Bug Dude. Just wait.
This is an alcoholic. Give me a... Oh my God. Damn it. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
You seem to be a connoisseur of this stuff.
Get lit, get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit.
It's on Telegram, Bug. You got it.
You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't.
Atsuko, if I start sending you weird videos, will you start doing live recorded reactions to them?
It's all over, hands on it.
We gotta be able to see your face. I want to see facial reactions.
No damn research, they rework and copy on cocks that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit, sending bronze to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience, it's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night? These parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins about baby-eating heathens. Believing in reason with no meaning is bullshit. Will Bird motherfuckers out here busting the grifts.
Busting these grifts.
I think I started some shit.
I'm gonna start posting that in random people's chats.
Cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Well, that's how you ended up with 3 kids, Atsuko. This isn't a time to be counseling you on this. You'll be all right.
Cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts because you're a pussy. You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement. And I won't even give out your dime store handle because that's really pathetic.
Have a good night, everybody. Support the show while we're offline. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you're following me on the platforms where I'm going to be. And I got some content to make. We took our little mini vacation. Now I got to get back after it and make some fucking money. I didn't make no money last week. It's hard to take a vacation when you're broke. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.